Hope your all's hump day is going well. Hello, hello, Dr. Girlfriend and KG for life. I want to ask, is there any way I could guide you through like Discord or something on some units so I don't have waste? So I don't waste on the wrong things. You mean like gearing your account and picking what units to go on? I mean, I would love to help you out, man. And if you catch me in a Discord room just chilling, I could maybe toss you a little advice, but I barely have enough hours in the day to sleep and eat, much less help do that kind of stuff. When Deity gets on, I know he does those kind of services. I can try to help nudge you in the right direction, man, but I don't want to half-ass it, and I feel like any amount of time I could give you would be half-assed at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But if you jump in my Discord, though, lots of helpful people in there who would probably be willing to jump in the room, help guide you around if you ask around in general, get you pointed in the right direction.
I was gonna say, do you even sleep anymore at this point? I think you're a vampire.
There's enough time for sleep in the grave. Divine. Just do your damn Guild Wars, Divine. Red will get mad and kick you if you don't do your Guild Wars. Ooh, a piece of candy. Let's get a Ilanov. Ilanov. You didn't just say Kawazu right in the middle of my fire summon. You. Oh man, I thought I was like, that's it.
Quick, yeah. Trivia question. Who's her sister? Go.
Azalea? Azalea?
Yeah, her sister. Who's her sister? No cheating.
Is it Alexa?
No. It is the almighty all-rounder Wanda.
I was in the right area code.
How?
Yeah, this is a rip to your free time kind of a game, KG. Hey, Dashivana, welcome. See you over there on YouTube. Why is my chat not appearing? There we go.
Yeah,
Somehow my chat got turned off.
I like to say that E7 is like a main game, right? I consider every Hoyoverse gacha game to be a side game. They are like the perfect side games. E7 must be your main game. Like, I don't think it can be your side game.
What's the pity system like? On regular summons, every time you do a summon, it counts down to the pity. And after 121 summons, which is 600 bookmarks on the nose, your next summon, your 121th summon at 605 bookmarks, guarantees you the 5-star unit. There really is no pity for artifacts, but... Sorry, there really is no pity for artifacts, but they do put the artifacts in the shop and you can buy it with powder. And if you go all the way to pity, chances are you probably are going to wind up with enough powder to buy the artifact if you really want it. So there's kind of a pity for both, right? The pity does not carry over, though. It's not like in a Hoyo game where if you get... 10 away from pity and then the banner goes away, you can use your pity on the next banner, right? I've done a few pulls on Gala. I'm at 119. It'll go right back to 120 when the next banner comes out and she goes away. They don't carry over between banners. The exception is the Mystic Summons. The Mystic Summons is 200 summons to get to a pity. And if I get, say I get 50 away and the Harsetti banner goes away and another banner comes up, I will still be 50 away. So the Mystic Summons do carry over between Mystic banners, but standard rate up and limited rate up banners do not carry between. So if you get 10 away, you may as well push it because you're going to lose those 110 summons if you don't. So if you really, really want to go in on a banner, you want to try to make sure you have at least 605 bookmarks or you're okay with swiping. What's the Lilius's weapon? It's kind of mid. I wouldn't sleep, lose sleep over it. It's decent on a few units, but it's definitely wholly skippable, and I don't say that for limited units very often. Did I notice that Flan's story is only 2 weeks long, so it's probably crappy with no special game max.
Flan's side story is only 2 weeks long, so it's probably crappy. With no special game mode or mechanics like Gala Lily's
side story. Okay, Witch. It could also be compressed and short to make room for something that's coming soon. It does feel like all this is kind of rushed and shoved together, so I don't know. I'm trying to back off on the copium, right? Because I'm getting pretty heavily invested in this something big is coming kind of angle, but God, all of the signs are there. The best artifact for Gala is either going to be Wind Rider or Exorcist Tonfa or Symbol of Unity. Those are kind of her three best. Just things that boost her damage. Wind Rider is probably her preferred because it lets you stealth after you kill something. Last year we got the Singelica skin with Galilius, now it's just a normal epic pass. They're trying something different, right? They're finding people aren't buying the skins as often. They're not showing as much interest in the skins. Some people get excited about it, but the numbers don't lie. People don't go nuts for skins like the way the community says. If you make skins, you'll make so much money. It's like all evidence is to the contrary. People don't go nuts for skins in this game. So they're still doing skins, they're still cranking them out, but they're trying to mix it up and putting things in there that maybe people will also be interested in. I think what they are putting in there is kind of lame. I don't think it's a good value. I think it's actually terrible value. But I applaud them for trying, right? I call copium there is just that skins make them no money. The epic pass isn't making them any, but true, right? It's a good chunk of effort. Hey, Deity, how you doing? Oh, shoot. Let me make sure you have permissions to see this room. Give me a second. Let me make sure you're not even in this Discord. Let's see here. Yeah, let me know when you join and I'll give you permissions to see this room, Deity. When do you join it? Reset? I mean, whenever you want to come in. Oh, you're in? Okay. Let's see. Roles. Okay, you should be able to see the room with me and Sue in it. You're welcome to join anytime, but you definitely don't need to be here until maintenance is over and we get going. I'm just going to be doing some brawl mode. Dang, my chat displaying so slow. Morning there, final boss. What do I think about Gala's already revamp? It's okay. I still don't think it's that important of an artifact, but it's really nice on ERBBK if you're running that. All right, let's see. Sorry, guys. Too many windows. Too many windows. Okay, I gotta kill a bunch of crap in arena to feel better about myself. Man, I hate this Harsetti unit and how boring she's making arena. Like, if you don't have quick battles, it's just awful. Maybe they should have crowdsourced an opinion on what character people would want to skin for first. Skins are just a pain in the ass for them to make. Ooh, a team without Harsetti on it. Holy crap. It's a unicorn, guys. I don't know. I'm trying to find a way to deal with Harsetti and make it not be 10 minutes per fight and not make it feel awful, right? Because she had so many RNG lose conditions to it that it's really hard to maintain your streak. And because she is so god-awful slow to fight against, that when you lose your streak, it takes an hour to get your streak back. And I don't know. It stopped being fun when you couldn't play aggressively in Arena, when every fight took 10 minutes or 5 minutes. So I don't know, I'm trying not to be a whiny baby. I'm trying to take my own advice and adapt and evolve, but right now it just feels bad, and I'm really, really glad I'm not pushing this season. Year 1 of Epic 7, they made so many mistakes that permanently damaged... Yeah, they did.
Oh yeah, they did.
ML5 Selector, worst thing they ever did. Maintenance is 6 hour, right? I think so. It's 5 or 6 hours. It usually ends a little early. They're not really doing anything special. They're just putting in some new UI changes and pushing a story and some assets and probably loading some other assets for down the road. So it should go smoothly if there's no problem. Sue, Star of Aries is asking what happened, what went wrong, why did they give out a 5-star selector? He's talking about back in 2019. Well, I kill these people. You want to spin a story? Tell us a story, Uncle Sue.
Okay, so I have a whole video on this. It's about the girl who ruined Epic 7. Essentially, Silverblade Araminta came out right around the time that we got the Guilty Gear collab. And essentially, they introduced this new system called Mystic Metals, and the units in it weren't very good, and it was also impossible to get the units, so people weren't spending on it. Then they were like, what if we put the best unit in the game in the Mystic Metal units? And then everybody went crazy over that. And they're like, hey, profits are up, collab's good, we got this Silverblade character. Only problem is that when Silverblade came out, we didn't have immunity. And it was super easy to get her to be the fastest character on your team because back then people didn't have crazy good speed gear. So what would happen is Silverblade would take turn 1, she would stun your whole team, and then you would win the entire game. And then to give you the quote unquote solution to outspeed the Silverblade, they introduced Sage Ball and Cezanne. And Sage Ball just ended up becoming best friends forever with Silverblade. And if you had Crimson Armin, who back then was easily the best tank we've ever had in Epic 7. She ended up getting nerfed. And then Ruel, you couldn't lose and you literally could not die. Right? It was just, I have turn 1, no matter what. You can't take it from me. I'm going to stun lock your whole team. You can't deal damage to me. I'll revive it. So basically, then what ended up happening was people complained, why are my Moonlight 5-stars not as good as Silverblade?
Tristen,
We need to deal with the Silverblade.
Who's the ML5? I should choose a...
Hey, Joe Pet, since you're brand new and I know you and I know how much you want to play the game, I think the ML5 you should choose is definitely Operator Sigrid. She'll definitely bring everything you deserve to this game, Joe Pet. Thanks for 5 months, my friend. I appreciate the support. This SBA looks pretty good. Speed's a decent point. She's got a little bit of bulk. Her attack seems a little low, but we still don't quite know how the effectiveness scaling is going to impact her. If anything, I would try to eke up the effectiveness a little bit higher. And but other than that, she looks pretty solid, man. She's got all the points covered I think you need. What do you think, Sue? Can you see this SBA for a post patch one?
This seems all right. I agree with you. I think you want 200% effectiveness. We'll have to see on everything else. Like, I actually am not like super big on investing in attack on her just in general. I know it makes your burns do more damage, but she's not the damage dealer. She is there to lock the opponent down. So for me,
she's DDR.
So I don't even think I would worry about getting attack. Like, you have 26 attack on your sword, right? I think I would change that out. Just try and get more health or like more speed or something.
I don't know. The sword's kind of perfect though. I mean, it's 100 equipment score. And,
yeah, it has everything. It
has everything she wants in Aces, right?
No, I agree with you. Like, it's fine. I'm just saying, if you want to push it, I just don't think you need attack on it. But yeah, to wrap up story time, basically, they caved to the demands of the player base, which were characters like Judge Kisei weren't good enough anymore, Arby was not good enough anymore, Spectre wasn't good enough anymore, and they buffed those characters, right? Specifically Arby. And what ended up happening was Arby and like Araminta, they just took over the game. And you just couldn't play the game. If you just didn't have whatever the most, recent ML was that was buffed, or just Araminta or Sage Ball, it was over. So it got to the point where players wanted the characters nerfed, or they wanted like solutions, like easy quick fixes to the newly buffed Arby or Silverblade. And then it started to spill over into, we got trucks coming for Smilegate. We got people showing up at Smilegate HQ and demanding answers, like threatening the people that work on the game. And so they backed Smilegate into a corner, and Smilegate was like, "Fine, you guys win. We'll nerf everything that you guys want. We'll give you compensation for everything just to get you off our back. But just know, from here on out, we're not nerfing anything." And so they put Silverblade into the ground. They put Sage Ball in the ground. They kind of slapped Arby on the wrist. And they gave everybody a bunch of ML5 selectors and a bunch of free Moonlight summons. And everybody was overjoyed, for months. And then now here we are years later, kind of dealing with the fallout from that.
Yep. That was a wild time, man. I'm legitimately surprised the game made it out of, 2019.
Yeah, April 2019 to April of 2020 was the worst year of the game. People complain that the start of this year, 2024, where our revenue was like 1.6 million, that was the death of the game. It was the worst time ever. No.
Yeah, those were dark times indeed. Hua Young got nerfed pretty hard. Hua Young needed to be nerfed that hard. Hopefully she makes a comeback. I have one for Sue. The worst mistake Smilegate made was Secret Shop. No other gacha lets you get full pity for half price they put on the Secret Shop. System so broken they didn't put it in Outer Plane. It goes against any basic economic system of any gacha. In my opinion, it's one of the reasons packs don't sell as well, because it's more efficient to just break our hands on Garo. What do you think, Sue? Do you concur? I don't think it's that much of a difference.
I don't think it's, it is somewhat of a difference maker, right? Like, it does help me and some other players get there. But the thing is, this game, E7, has endured this long because even for the people who have heard of our game, they just know, play the animation, right? They know it's a beautiful looking game, and they know that it's one of the most free-to-play friendly gachas. People come here because they hear how friendly it is and how it's not a MiHoYo style game where it's impossible to get currency.
Freaking Warhorn Luna. What the hell's wrong with people? Sorry.
If Epic 7 was as difficult to get characters in without swiping as a Hoyo game, this game would be in the ground. Yeah, what Gitsu is saying. Hot take. Look at Mystic Metal Pack's game is dead without the Secret Shop. 100%. People love this game, and they keep playing this game because they feel like they can accomplish things in this game. If you make it so that only the rich players are allowed to have the shiny new toys, everyone will leave. It's a balancing act.
This kills Luna, right? If I S3, the pop damage will kill her, right?
Yes.
Surely it will. Unless there's Arius. There's no Arius. Freaking Warhorn. What kind of criminal puts Warhorn on Luna? When I saw her at 100%, I should have known better.
That's alright. You got the sole bad guy theme playing. How can you lose? True.
What does a collab banner look like? Are all the collab units released at the same time? It looks like any other limited banner. sometimes when when they did the collaboration with ReZero, we had, I believe, Amelia was first, and then for the first 2 weeks, and then Rem was for the second 2 weeks. So there was like 1 week, it was like a 3-week banner with 1 week in the middle where both banners were live, and then the first week only Amelia, and the third week only Rem, and then there's usually a free unit, right? In this case it was Ram, and there's a free unit that you just get by playing the game, by doing the missions and things like that. And it's only that IP. It's not like a ReZero collab goes live and suddenly you can pull for Espa. It's just the IP they're collaborating with that's live. Is there a collab coming? There's always a collab coming. Right? I mean, they are always trying to get collabs. Collabs bring in more people and make more money than anything else in this game. And it's something they're always pushing for, but you gotta realize it's a two-way street. Just because they want to collab with an IP doesn't mean the collab wants to IP with us. So they gotta find somebody that wants to work with us, where it's mutually beneficial, where they can work out an agreement, where they can fit assets in the game, where everybody's happy with it. And I guarantee you, a lot of times negotiations start, it looks like it's doing good, and then they hit an impasse. Either money, or one set doesn't want the IP represented in that way, or Smilegate doesn't want something in the game the other one does, and people just walk away from the table, and we start from scratch. But they are always looking, and when they find one, you will know at the same time I do, because there are always non-disclosure acts with collabs in place, and there is absolutely no way that they're going to let it slip to me or any other content creator that one's coming or what it is, because that could get them into real trouble. We're going to kill this meta monster dragon with a pool floaty. Ready for this? Aww, I wanted it to die to a pool floaty. Now I'm really disappointed. Oh well. And Holy Sack. Of course she's Holy Sack. Why wouldn't she be Holy Sack? That's perfectly reasonable. Frickin' Harsetti. I know Harsetti's not even involved here, but it still's making me mad. Collab when? There will definitely be a collab sometime within the next 3 weeks to 35 months. Somewhere in that window we're going to have a collab. Take it to the bank.
Tristen uploads a video 36 months from now. Guys, we haven't had a collab. I'm sorry. the monkey's paw curled.
You guys were listening to somebody wearing a tinfoil hat. You got what you got. Now you die to a pool floaty. Ha ha ha.
Oh no, but now you have to win with just Frida.
No way. No. Oh my god. How do we win with just Frida? Surely she's not going to counter us constantly, right? No 3F. We're dead. She's on 3F. We got no shot.
Yo, 422 damage pool floaty?
No, my pool floaty kung fu is not this strong. You know what? I guess we just go back to fighting Harsetti teams. I've lost my touch.
Ilanav is disappointed in you, man. You called her, you know,
it's all because she is a monstrosity.
Nah, she's perfectly fine, bro.
Because you said that we're gonna kill her first this time.
That's my hot take. Ilanav is a strong and fair unit.
How fast my ML Luna? She's 307. Is 18k health and 270 crit damage good? On who, Mox? Oh, ML Shu? I would go more health, less crit damage. She doesn't need that much crit damage. She does need the health.
Yeah. I play 25,000 health on...
Yeah, mine's like 27k health and only 220 crit damage, and I bet we do very similar damage because of the HP scaling. Yeah.
That is literally, for the last 2 weeks, that is the statement of Epic 7. I thought blank was fine until Harsetti came along. I have never heard more people complain about a unit than Harsetti.
Warhorn your ass up this time. See, that was the problem, right? Is we lost the gold shield because the Warhorn Luna stripped everything, and now just everybody's dead. Man, that was a double Holy Sack team. What kind of degenerate monster does things like this? Don't counter me. Of course, of course. What else did I expect? We'll do a little chip damage here.
Watch this 15% encounter.
Pop. Nah, she's gonna cleanse it. What a degenerate. Why don't I use Harsetti? I do use Harsetti. She's on my defense.
That's the only thing I don't like about Elena's kit is I don't like the fact that she
I can't touch her without her countering, man. Look at this. Watch, she's gonna counter again. Oh, she didn't. I'm actually surprised. Eat pool floaty. And now we can S2 this again. Very dead Yuffie. Are you going to make a video about the next Mystic rotation? It'll just be a video saying don't pull anything. Don't touch the next Mystic rotation. I don't care how much you think you need those units. You don't touch that Mystic rotation until week 3 when you get to see what the new ML5 is. Because, I mean, what if it's a smoking hot redhead? What if it's ML Hua Young? Right? You'll feel good about spending your bookmarks then?
I'm still waiting for ML Tamarin, man.
Death Metal Tamarin.
Death Metal Tamarin. Death Metal Tamarin is such a good concept for a character. Especially if she has like a death scream, if they get like, what's it, is it Sandra Saad is the voice for Tamarin? Get her to do like the death metal scream? That'd be so sick.
ML Yuna is a real possibility since they put her in the Cov pool. They did that for a reason. They did that so that they could make multiple different kinds of Yunas. Maybe not an ML, but at least another RGB version.
Quick question. If they make an ML Yuna, will there be 0 or 1 playable versions of Yuna?
How are we doing on time? We got about 20 minutes. What have I got left to do? What have I got left to do?
Dash pass stuff.
Oh shit, let's get the quick battles out of the way. A little bit of not collecting that. Nope, you are not getting me this time. What hunts do I have to do down the road?
Oh, you're already on Heroes Path 3, dude. I've been slacking. I'm on 2.
Your expos. 30 epic runes and spirit altar. Okay, I need to do some spirit altars. Your expeditions. Am I really done with hunts? Ah, Golem hunt. Okay, we need some Golem hunts.
I feel that what White Base just said. I think they really need to stop that. Like, even the content creators were pushing back on that.
When was the last time we haven't gotten a broken ML5? Literally the last non-broken, like, balanced ML5, I think, was Sharoon.
Yeah, which is back in January.
Yeah, and she's a very strong unit. The fact that we're saying that she is the bar for not broken is kind of terrifying in and of itself, right?
Yeah, the last, like, you don't need this because it's not broken unit. Like a unit that you didn't need to be successful in the meta was Requiem Rwana's release, I think.
Yeah.
That's the last time. That was like last March, last April.
Make sure not to complete the completion rewards for week 6. Yeah, that's exactly why I didn't touch it, Earth. Yeah, you don't collect that selector ticket until Monday, and you get 400 free stamina. Which is nice because Monday's a buff event.
Amazing now. Rwana was just okay at launch, and she was only really for cleavers.
Yeah.
Right? That's the thing. Like, it was like a nice thing for cleavers to have, as opposed to Ludwig, who is, I am literally your whole play style. Pull me.
I wouldn't call her a must-have, but she's a very solid unit to have. Did you see where they stealth nerfed the buff event?
No, please elaborate. Man in the hat.
Let me find it. I took a screenshot to make sure I wasn't imagining things, right?
The reason you don't claim the selector is because every day the daily stuff resets. So as long as you don't claim it, you could keep getting the rewards that week.
What's this say? What's this say? What's this say the duration on the buff event this weekend is, Sue? And last weekend?
Let's see, the duration? I'm looking at the calendar to make sure I got my dates right. So is it... This one, yeah, it's Saturday to Tuesday.
Right, Saturday to Tuesday, right? And this happened, and I said, hey, because it was Monday, and I was like, hey, why do we only have 15 hours left? This is supposed to go till Tuesday, and it says clearly Tuesday. I sent this up to Smilegate, and you know what they did? To address this situation where they were ending their buff a day earlier than they advertised.
They just updated the page.
They went to the original. They went to the original post and changed them all to say it ends on Monday. On all of them. They stealth nerfed their event rather than owning it and saying, hey, we advertised it as longer, but we coded it differently. And rather than do what we said we're going to do, we're just going to reduce the time and not say anything to everybody. It really kind of pissed me off because they never even acknowledged it. In the CMs never even acknowledged it, which makes me think Korea never even acknowledged it with them. They just went, oops, well, let's change that. Didn't like it. Felt dirty. I mean, I would have been okay if they had just put a post that said, hey, our bad, we advertised it as 3 days when it should have been 2. That would have been fine, but to just stealth nerf it, not say anything, dick move. I just wanted a Miki boots. Just wanted a Miki boots. Oh, God. Man, I... Keep going. Keep going. You gotta keep going. Hopefully it's not your first 28 speed. Speed on boots is pretty nice, but yeah, my very, very, very first over 20 speed piece was these boots right here. Now, I mean, since then, these have come in clutch. These have been really good boots for me, but for this to be my very first over 20 speed piece really kind of was a kick in the gut. Okay, I got all my quicks done. Okay, so for those who don't know, once you've maxed out your rank for the week, right? I'll still get my daily missions every day, right? But when Monday rolls around, week 6 won't activate for me. I'll still be in week 5 on Monday, and it's going to assume, since I haven't collected this, that I need more missions. So when weeks, even though we're in week 6 on Monday, week 5 will proc, and I'll get another set of daily missions. So I can do all the daily missions again on week 5 and get 400 stamina. Then I can collect my reward, which will close out week 5, take me to week 6, and new daily missions will proc for me. So I'll get 2 sets of daily missions on Monday if I wait to collect this reward until Monday. So always leave the selector until Monday, and you get free stamina. Here's my ML shoe. I had one that was built for ER, but I think my shoe's pretty decent on damage. Where'd my proof go? Oh, it's on Harsetti now. You can have the 27 proof shoe. There's my shoe. Her defense is a little bit low, but I really, really like the speed point, and the HP and crit damage combined is enough for her to get the job done. Why 250 versus 270? Because I can't build 270 with any kind of HP or damage. If I could make her 270 with all the other stats being the same, I would go for it. I did an ER shoe, and it won a lot of fights for me that damage shoe wouldn't win, but damage shoe won more fights for me than ER shoe won. I found damage shoe more useful for the way I play. but there are certain situations where ER Shu is better. So it all depends how you draft and how you play as to which you think is better. But I've done both. I think I saved a picture of my ER Shu in Discord. Let me look. This was my ER Shu. And it was really nice having the ER on her, and there were a lot of fights that I won because of it. But I just like the damage one better. It's more useful to me. Same speed point. I lost 5k health. I sacrificed 5k health to get the ER back. The defense helps mitigate it. Her tankiness is actually pretty similar, all things considered. But I wasn't really worried about damage. I was just using the giant rat gun and running her with injury units, and it worked quite well. But after several fights, I just found that I was missing my damage Shu, so I switched back.
Hot take. Just play full damage Shu on Sweet Miracle. Have the best of both worlds.
I do have another Sweet Miracle that I'm thinking about
yeah,
upgrading.
I play Shu on my spare Sweet Miracle right now. It's gas. It's so good.
Yeah? Okay, you know what?
I don't even use Laya anymore, I'll be real with you. I think she's terrible in this meta.
All right, you know what? You convinced me, and if it works out well, I'll bottle the hell out of it.
Yep, I played one Sweet Miracle on her and the other on Conqueror Lilius. What is Laya? Who is Laya? Why is Laya?
You wish you had another one? You'll probably get a chance. She is a Valentine's Day range unit, right? I think it's about when she came out. February-ish. Okay, I think we got enough time for a brawl mode. Let's see, this is not brawl. I pulled another Lilius Sue. Just random single pull and out she pops, so I'm trying to figure out if I make a second Lilius or not.
Second Lilius?
Holy shit.
Did
I finish this? I did not finish.
I need a final win against Destina. It's 3 Soul Weavers, 3 Spirit Lords, Zahaka, and Senya. Any ideas?
Did you at least do the story for this?
I'm two currency away from being able to buy a freaking green gem. It's killing me. I want to make sure I did the Mola stage right. Oh, I can't go in. It's closing. Yeah. I cleared out the story for it. It was freaking Captain Thesaurus over here using 50-cent words through his entire fight. I need a final win against Destina. It's 3 Soul Weavers, 3 Spirit Lords. God, stop taking Destina into champion fights. You don't ever use her, and if you do use her, put her like in the bottom right corner and put the rest of your team in the back. That way you have a way to execute her. It's all I've been doing all week is showing people how to kill Destinas. Destina's 3 whole weirds, Senya. Yes, you will. Okay. So you've got a lot of healing and you've got a lot of Spirit Lords and Skill Nulls. So you're going to want to run City Lords and shit tons of Rangers, and that's pretty much it. If you can get some Spirit Lords of your own, Destiny of your own, that's fine, but you need to flood them with waster units to occupy all the stuff that's killing you fast while your Rangers are dropping bombs, and you laser-like focus your Rangers onto their healers, onto their Destina and healers, and you try to kill the shit out of them before Destina can bring everybody back to life, and then once you get rid of Destina and the Weavers, you can overwhelm them with damage. That's basically what I had to do for the other guy, so we can... Tomorrow, if you want, we can jump into a chat room on Discord tomorrow and get that done. Just not tonight, because it's going to get late soon.
It's also possible to go, I would assume, the full Knights team, where you have Reflect, because if their whole team is glass cannons, they'll kill themselves even with the skill nullifiers. You'll
have a hard time getting through Destina's skill nulls without...
Oh no, but like the thing is, the full Reflect team, you could still play like Rangers on the all. On, like,
yeah. You're going to have at least 4 Rangers. Like four of your teammates will be rangers, and the rest is going to have to be support. Either, like Sue said, either lots of knights to tank it, or lots of spirit lords who can also tank it with their reflect, or lots of city lords who can tank it by spamming other units. A Rengar. Yeah, Destina is for, you use Destina on your team. You can use Destina to kill floor 25 if you want, but you don't take Destina into the champ team, or you slap your Destina like right here, and you put the rest of your team like up here. And that way you can laser focus your Destina with a couple of stealthed thieves or a couple of rangers behind a knight, and you get rid of her because otherwise she's just going to resurrect. Yay. She's going to resurrect the team, and it makes it so hard to beat through it. But for real, if any of you guys are stuck, it's not going to be tonight, that's for sure. But if any of you guys are stuck, hit me up on Discord, and I've already done it for like 4 people. We'll find a way through. I'm probably going to have to cancel this before we end it, because we're going to run out of time before when maintenance starts. Yep, that is true, Mr. Red. Thank you so much for the sub, buddy. I appreciate you.
You helped a lot of step brothers that got stuck, huh?
Alrighty then. I guess we get to win.
That text-to-speech.
Right.
I expected the huh?
The huh at the end was great.
Yeah, huh?
Look at me almost losing on round 6. I'm sad I'm not going to be able to see this fight through to the end. Nine minutes.
Let's yapping. Get to it.
For crying out loud.
Look at this guy playing Destina.
Shh. Don't judge me. I've already beaten my champ team.
Have you done
yeah, if you beat Destina with better Destina, that's good, but you got to make sure you place your better Destina in a place where you can run over your better Destina if you need to beat it a 3rd time.
You could be
that's
me.
That's the trickiest thing, is figuring out how to solve these Destina problems in such a way that leave a back door for them to beat their own damn team.
You could be me. I have 2 accounts now, so I have to beat my championship team 6 times right now.
Man, this guy that we worked on before stream, he had a imprint Destina, a B imprint Angelica in front of Destina, and then Galililius behind them, dropping bombs on anybody that tried to engage the fight. It was brutal.
Yeah, I remember my championship team that I had to beat last time was actually like insanely brutal. It was like triple S Paladus, S rank Destina, max Spirit Lords, full Policia. That team was absolutely miserable to beat. Took me like 2 days of grinding to beat it.
Is there a defense scaler that uses Torrent?
Lionheart Sirmia.
I was gonna say you could get away with it on Lionheart, just gotta be really careful not to make her 2 glass.
Yeah, Cleave Lionheart Sirmia can use it.
Yeah.
She might actually be the only real user of it, now that I think about it. Every other defense scaler single target would benefit from pen more. ML Furious. I always forget that that's a character.
ML Furious. He's not a character.
Dude, I've been using him a lot for like the new player guides and stuff. Dude, his voice lines are so cool. The regular Furious, like...
Yeah, all the unused characters are pretty cool voice lines. Look at freaking Xeno. He's got some great voice lines.
Furious has like the most metal voice line ever when he uses his S2, where he's just like, blood will flow like a river.
Is he the same? Is he the same VA as Zeno by chance?
No, he's the same voice actor as Hoochie, who runs the scam shop.
No.
Yes.
Say it isn't so, man. That's crazy.
It absolutely is. It's Mike Powers, yes.
Wait, there's maintenance in 5 minutes. There's maintenance in 5 minutes. Yep. Get your Guild Wars done.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hopefully you didn't wait this long to Guild Wars.
Just go in, hit start, and then yield and go into the next one. At least get your currency for trying, you know, even if you don't win, it's worth it.
Or set an alarm for like 4 a.m. and get up before server reset. That'll work too. They usually put the servers up an hour before Guild War ends.
Oh, this is such a cool team. I'm so sad we have to, like, bag it. Oh, well.
Yeah, Genoa has a really good VA. I forget his name, but he's the guy that does Sukuna for Jujutsu Kaisen and Archer for Fate.
Got to round 10. I'm curious to see what Luna and FCC bring to Brawl tomorrow.
I bet you it's going to be like Landy and Flanwar, where they're both ridiculous, but if you put them on the same team, you get nothing.
Probably. Yeah, I remember that. Let me see. Do I need to do anything else? Collect the steeple. Check guild, see if anybody donated. Anybody's got some stuff. Man, I need these so bad to buy freaking charms to upgrade my cadre of butterfly mandolins. You been upgrading your mandolins, Sue?
What for? What did I miss?
Your butterfly mandolins. You've not been maxing out a shit ton of butterfly mandolins.
What did I miss?
So you know this skill. 6% increase equipment and increase chances for good and great for equipment. You know artifacts are equipment, right?
Okay.
You know Smilegate, when they do the refund, they don't give you a refund on the number of charms they put in. They give you a refund based on the XP. And if a red procs, if you put in a red charm and it procs and you get a great, you get 2 red charms and probably a handful of whites back, because you'll get the double XP back. And you'll get 6.6% more XP.
What in the MLM is this, bro? Like, this is like, no offense, this is so much effort and work.
Wait, let me. I can take you one better. You see this butterfly mandolin right here at plus 30. I took it up to just a sliver required before 29. Then I dropped a red charm and got a greater, and I overcapped it because the XP payout, they count overcapping as well. Man, when the recall hits, I'm going to be swimming in all my shit's going to get maxed. I am investing in the future at a minimum of a 6.6% interest rate. That's better than any loan you can get in today, man. Plus a chance for 50 or 100% increased charms. I probably put like 50 charms in this. I'm going to get like 150 back. You watch. It's going to be amazing.
You guys can't see it, but we took a shot to that because that's the most insane thing that I've seen. I needed to like reset my mental.
Okay, guys, we're like 90 seconds away from the game going down, so
Here, do you want me to turn this on for you now?
We could get cameras going. Let me see here.
Wait, I have to use my camera for this?
You don't have to.
I sign up for that.
If you don't want to use your camera, that's fine.
It's optional, man.
I just shaved and I didn't do a good job.
That's fine, dude. You can be just like me. I cut myself yesterday as well.
Let's see what I look like.
That's the first time I cut myself in a while, bro. I switched to a new brand of razor on a recommendation from a friend, and it is not it.
Oh wait, it's like a wider camera. You guys can. I didn't clean.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm just streaming my desktop background, but it's strategically placed in such a way that it makes me look like I have a fancy hat.
I'm just trying to find you. Why is this not?
Yeah, why is it not over?
Have you
tried the alt? Have you tried the
There we go.
There we go. Hi.
I swear I hit alt. I was like, is it alt? No. Is it control? No.
You brain angle? Nah, I don't know. Wait, can we wish Stevie a happy birthday? Yeah, so in case you guys are wondering, that's Gala behind me. But
Sue's got an amazing hat, right?
Yeah,
I covet Sue's hat. Sue, you must tell me, who is your haberdasher?
I don't know.
Do you know what a haberdasher is, Sue?
We were looking at, like, before stream when we were setting up cameras, I was like, all right, we need like a special background. And he was just like, we're just cycling through them. And he's like, wait, why does that one give you a hat? And so I was like, what do you mean it's a hat? Like, it's literally, it's Gala. Like, and he's like, nah, dude. You could do that. But yeah, I have other options. Like, he's got it on Gala. I'll turn it back to Gala in a second, right? But like, there are other options that we can change it to. Like, I've done this before in the past. Like, here's Celine, if you wanted to see Celine behind me. Here's Sarmia.
Guys, I think that's it. The game is in maintenance. I hope you guys did your Guild Wars. Oh, okay. We got deity.
I turned it on. I think we're good.
You superseded Sue. Okay.
Look,
give me
I'm
a second.
clean.
I'll bring Sue back on. Let's see which. We'll put you on this one here.
Okay, that's fine. You can put it back. Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
Where are you, Sue?
Don't worry about it.
No, I'm worried about it.
Nobody wants to see me anyway, man. I'm old and wrinkly.
Wait, aren't you the youngest one here?
You've got a lovely.
No,
hat.
actually, no. I think I'm older than you.
Wait, you're over 30?
That is that what is considered a boomer? Because if so, yes. Yeah.
I'm over 30. I just turned 30.
Okay, I'm older than you. Then.
Dang. Okay. I look like I'm 12 after I shaved.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. People don't realize how old I am. Like, you guys don't understand. I am ancient.
I thought you were like 24. To be fair.
No, dude. I am what they call an elder weeb. I'm from
elder weeb.
Yeah, I don't like telling people how old I am, but I am young enough where I can remember a time before the internet existed.
I didn't have internet till I was 20, so.
Yeah. Oh, okay, well.
I lived in a log cabin.
Look, I'm just saying, one of the first hand-me-down items that I received from my parents was this mythical item known as a pager.
Is that for like when you have a heart attack?
No. Also sometimes known as a beeper.
A beeper?
Yep.
I'm just going to pretend like I don't know what one of those is.
That's what I said. I'm from the before time.
Alrighty.
So, if you must know, I am slightly older than Car 6.
Wait, isn't Car like 42?
Nah, he's only 41.
Okay.
That's not the screen I wanted. This is.
Yeah, I don't. I feel young, so it's okay. That's why I tell myself, like, you know, as long as I feel young, it's fine.
So,
dude, I showed Divine what I looked like when I was 30 the other day, and he straight up, like, he was like, bro, that's not 30, bro. That's you at 14.
I met him in IRL. Sue's like 60, and Elf Mage is 59.
Yeah, no, dude. That's why I tell people I am like the elder weave, dude. I grew up watching anime on these things called VHS tapes.
How long is this maintenance scheduled for? So, wow, 6-hour maintenance. You think it's going to take all 6 hours? No way.
It never does. It's like if server resets like 5 or 6
I wouldn't say never.
It's like up to 4.
So where you guys want to start? You want to look at the update?
That's actually true, yeah.
We got so much good stuff, right?
It's true. Someone in your chat said, Heart Ted DiBiase said he's old enough to know where his name is. Ted DiBiase is the $1 Million Man, back when it was called WWF, not WWE.
Ask Sue if he is really an elder weeb. Did he rent 3x3 eyes and Akira tapes on video clubs?
Akira, right? That is the first anime I ever watched. My dad let me watch it when I was just a small child. He shouldn't have done that. I have a framed movie poster of the original VHS release of Akira on my wall in my living room.
I think Starship Yamato is my first anime. That's how far back I go.
I've seen 3x3 eyes as well. Neo Tokyo is about to explode.
Predicted the pandemic decades before it happened, and the Olympics in Japan getting canceled.
In 2020, yeah, that's if you guys don't know
that's
that.
Creepy, crazy, right?
Yeah, Akira, the movie Akira, right? It's about a pandemic, and then Tokyo is supposed to be what's hosting the Olympics that year, and it gets shut down, and it takes place in 2020.
All of it happened, man. I swear, like, writers are like, gifted with future sight. You think the Simpsons shit happens by coincidence?
Yeah, I know. I'm proud to be a nerd, an elder weeb.
So I made a video about this recently, Deity, but maybe people should hear from you. Since you're the new player guru around here, how should people look at this Hoochie shop? Is there any stuff they should get in here? Should they go crazy on the deals?
New player wise, the only thing worth actual value is the little boxes. You will get more than what you put in, but even the mystic medals for new players set you back Covenant bookmarks. So I think Covenant bookmarks are just as important, if not more important, for new players. So I think the only thing worth buying is the boxes.
I think I agree with that, actually.
Because if you shop refresh the Skystones put in, you'd get 3 mystics, but you lose out on up to 100 or
sorry for the flashbang, guys.
Summons. So I think it's for new players, it's just the boxes. And the boxes technically you don't need to do either, but I think you always get better than your return as long as you don't get the catalyst boxes.
Yeah,
those really screw you, but
that's been my experience as well. Like the amount of Skystones that you put, it's like 100 Skystones for like 3 leaves. That's worth about 180 Skystones. So it's just straight value.
Yeah, I think I've always come out on top. I think the only way you don't come out on top is if you get 3 of the 5 or catalyst boxes.
I actually kind of graphed it out for that video. Did it like this. And the green stuff were things that were like more value than the Skystones are worth, in my opinion. Like 100 Skystones, I'd be glad to see any of that crap pop out. And the red things are the only ones I would not be happy to see pop out. And when you add up the percentages, it's about a 40% chance to get something that's in the green and a 40% chance to get something that's not green or red. So it's only like a 15-20% chance to get something bad. So the odds are really in your favor that you're going to get value added out of this. I mean, an 80% chance that it's either a push or you get something that's really good for you.
And to be honest, I didn't even know what all was in there. This is the first time seeing the whole list.
Whole list, right? Yeah, I mean, the big chunk, right, is these first 3. I mean, there's 30, 50, 60% of it is in these first 3 items. 60%, and all of them, the Leafs are a push. They're about this, it's more stamina than you would get out of 100 Skystones, but Skystones can be used for things other than stamina, so it's kind of a push. And everybody struggles for charms, right?
Yeah, especially the accessory. Those accessories are like super green.
The only big crap one really is the freaking rare catalysts and epic catalysts, because catalysts should never be a problem for you if you're doing a little bit of unrecorded history for AP.
Here's a fun one for you guys. What's the rarest thing you've gotten out of these Hoochie boxes?
Oh, I got an Elson. I got an Elson once from the Galaxies. That's why I drew a red ass box around. I was like, man, even at 0.5%, man, are you really happy that you got a freaking Elson?
I got a blue shoe one time, which I thought was awesome.
I don't think I got a bookmark.
I got 3 Molagora once, which hitting how did that go away? Anyway, hitting 2% 3 times in a row is pretty impressive, right? So yeah,
I'd be super happy with that.
The general rule,
when a clan boss drops Mola, that's the best.
Yep. I mean, look at all the stuff that they're doing for our Skystones, man. What's your gut? You think they're just trying to increase pack sales, increase spending? You kind of in my camp that, being a little bit of a conspiracy theorist and think we're prepping for something. I mean, Hoochie always comes out for new limited units being announced, and we had a Hoochie to precede Flan. We don't usually get Hoochie to precede a rerun, so saying that Hoochie was for Gala is kind of weird. So what's this Hoochie? Is this Hoochie foretelling something, or is this Hoochie just to suck down Skystones because they've given us so much stuff? Maybe people aren't reaching for packs as much, so they're trying to drain away all the stuff that they've given us.
Well, didn't we have Hoochie before Emma Luna? So I think
so.
it was Hoochie for Harsetti and then Hoochie for Flan. I think that's what these two Hoochies are.
You think?
But this one had to come out later because of all the other stuff. So I think this is just a delayed Hoochie, but they're still trying to get it out before Flan.
But hey, you know, it's not just Hoochie. We got an epic pass too, taking another 9 to 2,500 Skystones out of our pockets, right? It's like a double whammy on our Skystones. Now, I do think even for new players, tell me if you guys think I'm wrong or crazy on this, but I do think for new players, the 900 Skystones, if they have it, I'm not saying they should run to a shop and swipe for it by any stretch, but if they got the Skystones laying around, that the premium pass is worth for this. I mean, look at this, look at the list of stuff. Yeah. It's so much value. Sometimes things you can purchase, they'll push your account ahead a few days, maybe even a few weeks, but this pushes your account ahead months of grinding to get all of this stuff.
It's like 1,300 Skystones value for 900, I think is what it was.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah,
or maybe it was 16. I think it was 16 for 900. So it's definitely worth.
Speaking of 16, another 1,600 Skystones gets you the special epic pass, right?
Yep, and that one's super not worth it.
But the gear is unique and looks cool. So
it is unique and looks cool.
You know, just like I have one, I kept it just for the icon. It's a flat defense necklace with flat health, 2 starting speed, flat attack, and 4% starting ER. Here's my biggest issue with the special reward, right? The special reward is you can acquire a piece and set of your choice from the epic equipment and accessory selector chest. So you get both, right? You get an equipment and an accessory. You get 2 pieces of gear, right? You get a ring, you get a right side and a left side. Well, a ring and a neck, and then a left side.
To keep, or you are Skystone.
I've never bought it. I have no idea. I'm not
Skystones
on that.
Yeah, I did last time. Just okay.
I'm getting text to speech here. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually bought this last time just to see if it actually was worth it, because I use the content creator, like they give us like Skystones so that we can use it to get things in order to help make content, right? So I was like, I'll just use it on this. Maybe it's worth it. I can make a video.
Right.
Instant regret, right? Because the right side piece that you get to pick the set and the piece. You don't get to pick the main stat. So that's why I told you. I got a necklace with flat defense and just absolutely unusable subs.
Well, it says that.
Wait, that's it.
It says that clearly here, Sue. I mean, how could you misunderstand when they tell you that the stats for the boot, ring, and neck are determined with an equal probability of 1 divided by nerd?
By N. 1 over N.
N stands for nerd, because this is nerd math. Why can't they just say the main stats are random?
Because there's no such they can't do that for advertising reasons, because in programming there's no such thing as true random. You could only simulate true random.
Okay,
right?
so it's a probability of 1 over nerd. I got it.
For legal reasons, they can't tell you it's random because it's not actually truly random. Some like comp sci nerd like me will come in, kick in the door, and be like, "Well, actually, you see," and then start explaining to you.
Hey, Dovahkiin, Fusrada. So yeah, it's just like summoning a piece of gear. It's just like you know what it's exactly like? It's exactly like doing the special craft in the crafting shop, right? Where you can select the piece and you can select the set. Well, except that could be a random set, but still, you could say, I want speed boots. I want counter neck. I want HP ring, whatever. But you don't get to control any of the substats or any of the main stats.
That's kind of what it is. It's the value of an epic craft, which is like, it's so bad.
Are you saying an epic? Are you saying an epic craft isn't worth 1,600 Skystones? I mean, that's 1,600 Skystones for a new player. That's only like a month of doing arena.
Yeah, you basically have to ask yourself: would you pay 800 Skystones for like a speed set chest with random subs? You don't get to look at it. Just right now, 800 Skystones, yes or no? That tells you everything you need to know about, is this worth buying to you?
Oh, one crazy question. Do you guys ever buy purple gear from Shop Refresh?
No.
Not even for speed banger pieces?
Nope.
I've gotten 320, 121, and 222 pieces from Refreshing Shop. Now, purple.
That's why
so that
Sue's
is
a slow
opportunity
player.
cost, and that's why you guys that don't do the gambles. I got one today. I bought it from Shop. I went and rolled it. It was 21 speed set. I was like, no way.
I feel
That's
like
crazy.
this is just the difference between me and Deity, because like I've just been shafted for so long on speed. Before I was a content creator, I used to watch Deity back in the day when he was like a cleaver, and I'm like, dude, Deity's so fast compared to me. I was so slow. I've just been burned too many times on speed to not take the gamble.
Right.
I'm a big opportunity cost guy. If you have the option to at least go for something, I will always go for it. In Epic 7 at least, not in regular life.
So for all the new players out there, consensus is if you have got the means and the resources, you get the premium Epic Pass, and you send Smogate a message that you deserve better than this for 1,600 Skystones. You do not get the second part. Do you think they're moving away from skins in this, or do you think they're just trying to mix it up a little bit, and maybe they'll rotate skins in when it's convenient? When was the last time we
skins?
Yeah, right. When was the last time we got an Epic Pass skin?
They're definitely trying to find other ways to monetize the Epic Pass that are not skins, because the way that the Una engine is, it takes the same amount of time to make a new character as it does to make a skin. So skins, because they set the precedent that you could just buy them with Skystones and not cash, like what's the financial incentive for Smogate to do it?
But the financial incentive.
Sorry, go on, Didi. No, you go.
Okay. So why Epic 7 can sell skins? They know they can sell skins, right? They have the data to back it up. Wouldn't it be worth for them to go hire a couple artists just for skins, or is it because whoever designed the character originally has to make the skin? Is there something with that? Like, why don't they just do more skins? Because they're trying to find new ways to monetize their game. Why is that not like first priority?
Damn it, Tristan! Now you're gonna make me go look that up. So
it was the last skin Chad had it. The last skin was Cobalt Eyebrows Cerise.
Yep. God damn, her eyebrows are huge. But yeah,
she's really pretty though. I can get past the eyebrows. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, the first half of the year, I was keeping an eye on Smilegate's hiring process because we were kind of in a rut, and I was like, what are we doing? And they were hiring, literally, you name it. They were like looking for people to redo game systems, art, backgrounds, write the stories. They were looking for everything they could get their hands on. I don't know if they filled those positions. Tristan actually asked me before stream if I could look into it. I might have to do that like while we're here in this to see what's going on, because you're right. They should just hire people to do only skins.
What is the daily login? Do we have the numbers for how many people log into Epic 7 daily?
I don't know if Sensor Tower tracks daily or not.
That would be amazing, because just imagine they redo their skin system, sell skins for X price, but release more skins and have artists dedicated to it. Wouldn't that make more money than like anything else they're doing right now besides burning passion packs and mystic packs on
we've
packs, those things?
We've talked with them, and the general consensus is like, everybody says make more skins will make more money, but the data that they collect shows the opposite, that people don't buy their skins. I know. I'm just saying they're not particularly motivated. But hey, you know what? We've got Hoochie stealing our Skystones. We got an Epic Pass taking our Skystones. We also have this lobby pack, right? Whoa, that's big. And
charms.
And yeah, charms. Yeah. There's a shit ton of charms, so everybody's going to want to buy this, right? But look at this. It's for Skystones, not money. 900. Not real money.
900 Skystones probably?
It's 900, yeah. It's the same as the Luna background.
That's banger. Everyone buy this. New player, buy this instantly.
So right out of the gate, we're telling new players to spend 1,800 Skystones. Epic Pass and this, and maybe another 500 Skystones on the Hoochie shop. So 2,400 Skystones, 2,300 Skystones. People are going to be out just when this shit goes live.
Yes,
you still feeling like they're just draining our resources for the heck of it, or that maybe they're doing it because stuff's coming? I mean, isn't it weird that this is only a 2-week long 2-week long Flan event? When was the last time we got a special new limited unit and it was only a 2-week banner?
Our last art character was last art character. Last art contest. I think something's coming. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to.
I think that there's going to be a collab by the end of the year.
I'm just trying
to. It's like right after Flan. I think it's probably like right
Come
before
on, deity.
Thanksgiving.
Go make yourself one, man.
Oh, God damn it.
Get on the train with us, man. You know it's happening. You know stuff's coming, right? It's gonna happen. I'm telling you.
Okay, one quick thing though, with your talk about the number of Skystones spent on 1-month-old accounts, I've earned 40,000 Skystones on the new player accounts, and you have enough to pity 4 characters with just bookmarks through S imprinting your characters and doing all the daily missions. So you really don't spend any Skystones. I think on each account I've spent like 12,000 on energy, and I still have 20k.
Yeah, I'm with Deity on this one. I'm playing through a new account right now as well because of the Dash Pass event. I'm flushed with Skystones, dude. Like I've grabbed every banner basically this card except Charles. I've just grabbed it and I still have like 7k Skystones. They are surprisingly super generous if you know what you're doing and you're just clearing the content, making sure you do, like Deity said, your S imprints. You should just have more than enough to grab whatever you need. I think the only way you don't have Skystones on a new account is if you're just spending them the second you get them. Like, just you have no impulse control.
So, Summoner's War collab with Jujutsu Kaisen not long ago. Looks like maybe in July. And Epic 7 is so closely related to Summoner's War. Gameplay mechanics, even developers have worked on it. I don't know. I think it would be kind of weird for us to have a JJK collab like right after Summoner's War had one.
That's a moneymaker.
It would be huge.
It's absolutely a huge collab. Like, no doubt getting JJK for the game would be huge. Me personally, it's nowhere near my first choice, but I know a lot of people want it.
So my first choice for collabs is always what's going to make the game grow the most. Slam, the popular anime. When we got Overloaded, we should have got Freyrin. I would have had IRL friends that don't watch or play Epic 7, never would, but they like watch Freyrin. They loved it. They would have tried the game. Whatever anime is hot, do the collab.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I know Trista doesn't really like it. I really want Hololive as a collab because Hololive is so massive and they're all gacha players. Like every Hololive fan is like a gacha like player. And so games, when they get Hololive as a collab,
it would bring a lot of streamers on, right? Yeah, it wouldn't be my personal choice. It wouldn't be my personal choice for a collab. I don't dislike it, but it's not my thing. But what it would do for the community, I would be all about. I don't like slime, and I know people are going to say that's an L take, but that's not my anime. I don't enjoy that anime, but I loved it when we got a slime collab. I sat and choked down every single episode of Slime so I could be educated on it, and I queued off of the hype that the community had for it, the excitement everyone had for it, and it was a hell of a ride. And I really enjoyed the collab because it's like watching a really good movie you've seen 1,000 times and you're bored of, but you watch it with a friend who's never seen it before and suddenly it's good. Suddenly it's fun again. The excitement and hype's contagious. So anything that gets the community excited, I'm 1,000% behind, and I want that collab. So yeah, I would be fine with Hololive, even though I wouldn't be like screaming it to the four winds about how excited I am. I would be hyped because everyone else would be hyped.
Yeah, just look, we just had the collab and advertisement with Shy Lily like a week or two ago, and that was bringing in 5-6K people a stream, right? And not to say that like Shy Lily's small, but like Hololive is even bigger than her. Like you'll get hundreds of thousands, if not 1 million plus people come into your game if you put that as your collab.
They better put free on equip when those players come in. That's their biggest mistake with this. That they could have had it perfect, but the free on equip thing, getting rid of it, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's really not, it was not good.
Hololive collabed with Among Us.
Yeah. Oh, because that's the thing. Hololive, they're essentially variety streamers. They'll play whatever's the popular game, or they'll play gacha games, right? Like some of the JP members of Hololive are like Fate ambassadors. They're closely tied and collabing with Fate Grand Order and stuff. So it's just one of those things where just the IP is so big and you could do so much with it, and the fandom is just so massive that it just.
The Fate collab, I feel like if they did a Fate collab in Epic 7, everyone would just quit FGO. I think it's too good. There's so many of us that quit FGO to come play E7. I feel like that's a big reason they won't do it. Yeah. I feel like they won't do it because it's your turn-based style game, but hey, you don't have to play with 3 cards. It's just so much better. I don't see us ever getting Fate collab because it's actual, like, I feel like competition.
Yeah. No, I do know that some of the EM members did. That was Takanashi Kiara and Oro Crony did it back in the day. I was pretty hyped for that, but that was admittedly a pretty big ball dropped by both parties. Right? Like, Smilegate really should have hooked them up with, like, an account that was, like, decked to the nines with, like, a bajillion Skystones, so they could have shown off all of the crazy good things about E7. Instead, they basically said, here's a brand new account. We're not going to tell you how to play the game, just do whatever. And they were just totally lost.
Hey, Rama Grim, thank you for the sub, buddy. 4 months. Thank you so much. Oh, and that's not 4 months. That's brand new. I just saw the 14 on the end of your name. Welcome, welcome, man. Thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate the support.
Yeah.
I think an Evangelion collab would be pretty cool, don't you?
I mean, yeah, they just collab with Nikkei, but...
I'd love to see Free Ren. I think Demon Slayer would be incredibly hype. JJK, I like JJK, but I'm not as fanatic about it as some people are. That would be a fun collab. There's anything. I will take anything at this point. I mean, if people liked it, I would suffer through a Fairy Tail collab if it brings hype to the game. I just want something that is exciting that people are going to, you know, it's going to draw people in and get people excited about the game.
So, oh, sorry.
They got it.
Okay, Freyren collab I think would be bad now because the season's over. But
yeah,
right now, one of the best
unlikely.
things they could do is ReZero. The new ReZero season just started. It's airing. Get it a little bit into the season. Drop a new character from the new season, potentially. Like, that would be the play. They just have to attack anime seasons.
Echidna should have been in the game. When, like, we got the first rerun of ReZero was when Season 2 was, like, hot, right? And at that time, Echidna was like the biggest girl in anime. Like her fan art was everywhere. And I was like, oh, surely we're gonna get Echidna. Echidna is a super popular character, you know, very popular VA. Why would you not pick up this person? And then they just never did it. She's like Evil Amelia. Everybody loves that, right? How could you not like Evil Amelia?
Yep.
See, I see people in the chat going, yes, Echidna, please. Like, she's still popular even now.
Be honest with you, as long as ReZero, it was a new season, it brought 1 to 2 new units, and then they could maybe rerun the other ones at the same time, that'd be fine. But last thing I want is another rerun. And I know a lot of people are like, but I want my Karena, where's my Ed, I need my Rocket Punch. Like, I'm sorry, it sucks that you missed out on that, but backtracking reruns don't bring the hype. It's nice that you get your thing, and you can do your thing. I hope Smilegate finds other ways to address that, but I really don't want freaking reruns. I want new. I want hype and excitement, and we don't get that out of reruns. Reruns never... The reruns of the best collabs don't do as well as the new, crappier collabs.
Yeah, like, if you think about it, Guilty Gear was the very first collab, and it brought in a lot of people, right? Like, fighting game players checked our game out. But each subsequent Guilty Gear rerun, it was like, you pick up a few stragglers here or there, but it was never as big as the original one, right? The very first one was everything. You can see that top left one, right? That was literally the... Oh, no, that's the Alpha one. I can't find the original one before.
Aino's in all of them. She's in all of the artwork, and she's never made into a unit.
You know what's so funny too is because, like, the Japanese VA for Ino or Aino straight up is Bellion's VA and a couple other people that are already in Epic 7. So I'm like, when Bellion came out and we were getting a rerun of Guilty Gear, I was like, oh, it makes sense. She's already in the booth. Just, you know, record the lines, make the unit, and it never happens. I'm like, what the hell?
It's, you know, Ryan's saying it's wild they never introduced her. This might be one of the things I was talking about, right? A lot of times there are roadblocks between what the IP wants their units to do and what Smogate's willing to do. And Ino's a freaking monster, and Guilty Gear may have said, we want her kit to do this. We want her to be better than that. We want her to do this. And Smogate's like, there's no way we can do this, what they're asking, without breaking our game, so maybe we just have to make her an NPC. That kind of stuff happens. Yeah. You never really know what goes on behind closed doors, what is discussed, and why collabs happen and why other collabs fall through.
She would be a kind of like, if you want to do lore reasons, it'd be kind of hard to do her because she's a time traveling witch, basically.
Yeah. It's a lot just. Mm-hmm.
How do collabs work? Epic 7 pays for the IP of that game if Epic 7 sees that they can make a profit off of that. How would you do that from a business standpoint?
Some collab. Sorry, go ahead, Sue. No, if you got knowledge on it, spit it out. I've got a little bit of knowledge on it.
Yeah, I only have a little bit. Basically, from what my understanding is, you pay for the license, right? So it's like it's a mutually beneficial thing. It's like you're paying the company, and then you get to reap the benefits of using the IP to promote it. It's like a win-win. Like it's like you can't do certain things, right? So to give you an example of like why, what Tristen was saying, they have certain restrictions, right? Epic 7 got ReZero. What's the ReZero collab about? Maids and Amelia come from another world. They're lost. They do this cooking thing. They go home. Okay. Nikke collabs with ReZero. What's it about? Okay, ReZero characters. It's got to be Rem, Ram, Amelia. They show up. They're lost. They want to go back home. There's a cooking competition thing. That's it. And I'm like, okay, I guess the IP is literally, you're only allowed to do this with ReZero. And I guess they pay that money, and these are the restrictions placed upon them if they want to actually reap the benefits and make some money.
So for Epic 7 to get a collab, they have to pay X amount of money. So would it depend on different games? Always get their different collabs. So they would pay the license holder or whoever owns the IP. They pay them. So does the overall normal login daily player base average, they send that out, do they get better deals according to how big your game is? I'm really curious on all that as to why they aren't able to achieve certain games and the decisions they make, which I know you guys aren't probably.
Yeah, it's also weird.
Ask.
So
it's also super weird. Because they have, like, there are certain games like Nier Automata, right? They'll collab with anybody for, like, anything. Name your price, you got it. So it's like, why has Epic 7 not collabed with them? That's why 2B is in literally everything. Look at the top left, the top left picture. This is every collab iteration of 2B ever. If you want to collab with 2B, you got it. I don't know why we've never gotten this collab. So... Again, I think it depends on the license holder and what they want out of the deal. Do they think they can make something out of it?
So, the way collabs work, each one's going to be a little bit different. The collab contracts, the reason for the collabs, they all are a little bit different, but they work a lot like sponsors reaching out to content creators to set up cooperations there. There's usually money is one of the first things that's discussed, of course, and a lot of times it's a flat guaranteed amount plus a percentage of the gate. And, say for example, I might say, hey, Deity, I want you to collab with me. I'm going to offer you 5% of my Deity banner or $1 million, whichever is higher. So you're guaranteed, even if what I do bombs, you'll get your flat million. And if we go over that at the 5% mark, sky's the limit. You'll get more, et cetera, et cetera. Sometimes that number is high, sometimes it's low, sometimes it's non-existent because it's mutually exclusive. I suspect the ReZero collab, for example, probably involved them saying, we're going to offer you a fixed amount of money and plus a percentage of the gate for use of these units. And they said, well, if you want to use Subaru, we need a higher percentage. And they said, well, we'll just put Subaru in the side story. Like, well, you want to use art assets of them, you got to pay this. Okay, fine, we'll just have voice lines and a name. We won't actually show them in the story, but we definitely want Rem and Ram. And they said, okay, well, this is the percentage required from that. And that stuff gets negotiated. I bet the Full Metal Alchemist collab was very, very different. I bet the Full Metal Alchemist collab, they offered a very small percentage of the gate because Full Metal Alchemist was using us to promote their gacha game that they were launching at the same time. So it was mutually beneficial where they were reaping benefits on the back end, and a lot of it was tied to advertising. The Espa collab, we probably spent more money on Espa not on giving Espa money, because they didn't really need cash from us. They needed promotion for their tours and stuff, and we probably spent a lot of money on advertising. There was a great deal of Epic 7/Espa collaboration advertising going on. Freaking signs on the big board in New York City for this collaboration. They put a lot more into advertising they ever have to promote it, so that they would get a chunk of the gate and help promote the Espa brand as well. So each collab's a little bit different, and money's a big deal, but it is almost never, hey Sue, I want to collab with you, I'm gonna give you $5 million to let me use your name, and you cool with that? Good, we're in. They don't typically just pay. They try to find these mutually beneficial agreements, and you usually see that around our collabs. We've collabed with Guilty Gear when Strive was released. We collabed with ReZero when they dropped a second season. We collabed with Full Metal Alchemist when they were promoting a gacha.
Slime was too. Slime literally, the reason it came out of nowhere is because the terms of the collab where you can't talk about until like the day before. It's like Isekai Slime something or other memories, that gacha. It was literally the second that trailer dropped, we got it. Even if you look at earlier this year, right, Overlord, like the day or two before we got the Overlord collab announcement, Overlord movie trailer.
Yep. Which is probably ties into why we have not gotten a Nier collab. What's Nier's benefit? The way we get a Nier collab is we call Nier up and say, hey, we want to collab with you guys, how much? And that doesn't seem to be the way Smilegate likes to do collabs. Again, I'm assuming a lot here. I'm talking out my ass on a lot of this stuff because there's NDAs involved with collabs, guys. Content creators and influencers might get the inside track on a lot of things, but the one thing Smilegate never tells us about is if a collab's coming and what that collab is, because that would violate an NDA. And if it gets out that Smilegate has loose lips and runs their mouths, other collabs aren't going to want to collab with them, because the release dates and the timing are so critical to advertising and promotion that at very best there would be big fines involved if it happened, and at very worst other collabs would be like, hey, you guys want to collab with Smilegate? And they're like, oh, you're the guys that can't keep your mouth shut about collabs. No, we're good, fam, we're going with somebody else. So they're very tight-lipped about that stuff.
Go read Bender's comment in chat. Go read his link.
Bender's, let's see,
scroll down, you just passed it.
I passed it.
Yoko Taro, who is the creator of Nier, on collaborations. Just read it.
Okay. For us, if we were asked, we would gladly say yes to anything for money. We're open to any kind of opportunities for anything, ever. Even if it's Candy Crush. If they want to use 2B, we'll say yes, go ahead and use her. But yeah, it's anything for money. And Smilegate, so far, I've not seen them do a collab where there is no benefit for the IP collabing with us other than getting paid from Smilegate. And that may be because Smilegate's pinching pennies, or they're looking for ways for a mutually beneficial agreement to be able to negotiate a better deal, because they don't have as much money to allocate to Epic 7 as they do to some of their other larger titles. Again, shooting from the hip, but that might be why we've not seen Nier, is they want to do a collaboration where they can say, hey, other than just us giving you money, is there anything else that we can do to promote you, to advertise you? Hey, projects you're working on we can help promote that would like get the price down a little bit.
That's actually hilarious. Somebody put it out in chat. The post right underneath of Yoko Taro's quote in that Twitter page is an announcement for a Nier Automata collab with Stellar Blade of all things.
Read the post below. Oh, hold on. I gotta bring it back up.
My overall thought process of this is we went like a year and a half without a collab, didn't we? Why did we go so long without one then? Could they not find anybody to work with?
Oh, we all of 2023 we went no collab.
Yeah, whenever that was, it was recent, and the game did good. It's not like they didn't have any money, but I just don't understand why we didn't get anything for so long.
But their PR was in the shitter, man. They really pissed off China. Their China numbers had crashed. The Awakened Potential got canceled. They had trucks circling the headquarters with people trumpeting how bad the game was. They had people like actively.
But that was a short
invading
period.
Their headquarters. Yeah,
we had like 6 months before that of nothing, and generally a collab's planned out ahead of time. I'm just really curious what happened during this year period where nothing got planned. The stuff that got planned got canceled, but.
I suspect any collab they probably had got canceled as a result of it. wouldn't be surprised to hear that they had something in the works and the backlash was so bad they were on the national news that they were getting protested in Korea.
Yeah, in prime time.
Literally people protesting in the streets, people like rushing the lobbies and chanting and demanding shit in their building. China was involved getting ready to finance and send trucks. It was so bad. And I suspect anybody that they reached out for a long time, they probably said, hey, you guys want to collaborate with Epic 7? We're a top 20 gotcha game by profits. We'll make them, will be really good for your brand. Oh, that sounds cool. Let's check you out. Let's see a Smilegate. Let's see what's going on with Smile. Ooh, yeah. I think we're good, fam. I don't know if we want to hitch our cart to your horse right now. Kind of seems like you guys are in the PR shitter, and maybe we don't want to be associated with that. Clean up your image. Hit us up next year.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that's what happened, but
anything planned
would
have got canceled. But there was like a 6 to 8 month period before the Awakening event where in that time I feel like you had to have planned something, right?
There was also, I mean, and it wasn't just the Awaken Potential thing that happened, right? There was that whole counterculture, weird extremist movement that happened in Korea where that had deeply infiltrated the artists, the anime artists. I don't know how that impacted Epic 7 or Smilegate, but I know it slammed hard into Netmarble and other gacha companies, so I got to assume it impacted Smilegate as well. And we saw lots of layoffs. I mean, it was public knowledge. They laid off a ton of people across all of Smilegate, and those cutbacks, and then there was like 4 or 5 pages of help wanted job openings listed on their website, looking for everything from like storyboard to janitor kind of office management stuff. So there was a great period of time where they had huge staffing issues, probably HR turnover, manpower turnover, new people. I mean, it's not like you come in saying, hey, I know how to do the Una engine, let me jump right in. It's not like they're running their game on Unity or something's common knowledge. These people have to be trained from the ground up. There was probably a great deal of time where, I don't know, if you've ever been in charge of training somebody else, your own shit doesn't get done because you're busy teaching somebody else how to do their job while trying to do yours. It's kind of a mess. So, I don't know, 2023 was an ugly year, and a lot of people hang it on the heads of Awaken Potential, but I think a lot more went on behind the scenes with that counterculture movement, that extremist movement, with rolling across really, really low values, with the China server crashing and burning and dropping into the 6-digit number, or close to the 6-digit numbers in January, and trying to recover from that. And somehow, in the midst of all that, pulling off an Overlord collab, the second most wanted, the second most wanted IP on the survey by the people. Pulling that off was pretty awesome, and I'm glad that they've turned it around. We sure are in a very different place now than we were 12 months ago. But
this time 12 months ago,
we were all looking for other games 12 months ago, weren't we, Sue? We were like, this is over, man. This game's dead.
Awaken Potential hadn't come out yet, right? Like, it was probably 2 or 3 weeks, into the future last year, right? But at this point last year, we were dealing with the returning player fiasco. We were dealing with Landy completely ruining everything. And then they just announced 2 more units that were going to be coming out, Naqual and Abyssal. That was like, so it was just like, oh yeah, Naqual had that unit. That's probably the closest I've been to like really blood boiling when I read a character's quick kit. Like, I just don't know how they released that character in that state after looking at the same data that I did, because it's public knowledge what the win rate, ban rates were from Worlds. Lua had a 98% win rate at Worlds, and it's just like how did you make a better Lua? Looking at that data, like, the best players in your world don't want to play against this character. Like, the message should be Lua's too good, not keep banning the Lua. Mm-hmm. We need another one so that way people who actually like Lua can play it.
So this is I don't know what is included in this chart, if it's just Apple and Google, if this includes China. I don't, obviously it doesn't include China, But I don't know what all this is charts, but it does show, like, we were chugging along in the 3 to 4 million range. Right around here is when the China server launched and they started doing lots of things. Knockwall came out. August is an anniversary. September is when Gala came out. And right at the end of September, right in the middle of September is when they announced Awaken Potential. And into October is when the trucks started circling. And October is when they canceled Awaken Potential. And the game went on cruise on minimum and even dropped low because there was no content. Everything got canceled. They slammed out the Biblis's Garden event here in December. Does a Biblis's Garden event all about flowers and stuff, does that seem like a middle of winter collab to you guys or event to you guys? I mean, I think that got rushed through, and that's why it felt half finished. When you upgraded the plants, they didn't even get more flowers on them when you upgraded them. I think they rushed it through. They took something that was supposed to come out in March and shoved it in here, tried to rewrite the story somewhat around a Christmas theme where she was visiting her sister for Christmas or something, for New Year's or something. But I think they forced it in here just to give us something to do. And it felt rushed and nobody really liked it, except for like the story itself, which, yeah, that was some pretty hot, sexy time. But you know, and then we finally got Overlord, and we peaked back up. People started tentatively spending it, but so many people left that you know, it was still kind of meh. But then they did their in case of emergency break glass ML Luna and those once in a lifetime packs, and holy crap. And then we ran into August. They announced the Returner event, the Dash event, and that's made September really good. And I suspect October is going to be very similar in profits, especially with the twice in a lifetime packs being back. But
speaking of October going into November and Luna, in case you guys are not aware, because I'll keep shilling it forever, the Astrum Design New Moon Luna statue is not a limited release. It is a commercial release. So for everybody who kept complaining, I can't get a Luna statue, it's going to go on pre-order in 2 or 3 weeks. It will probably sell out. So if you want to get it, get in when they finally put that thing up. Like, I collect figures from time to time. If you don't pre-order the figure, you're just not getting it unless you're, you know, paying $700 to $1,000. So if you want Luna, I'm just letting you know, pre-orders are going to go up sometime before, like, the midway point of November. Yeah, the Luna is also massive, by the way. We've seen it. They posted
yeah.
what she looks like at a trade show. She's like 13 inches tall. She's pretty huge.
The way I understand E7 takes about a year for casual players with a lot of patience to get going. The new player experience in this game is unparalleled. This is the best game to play if you're brand new. Anybody that shits on this game and says it's boring and there's nothing to do and they're bored with the grind and the game's dead and EOS is coming, those people have been playing for 3-4 plus years, and they've hit the end game, and their progression is kind of plateaued, and new achievements feel few and further between and less impactful. You know, for those people, you got to genuinely love the community and enjoy seeing what's next. But the first 3 years, holy crap, what a ride. There's so much to do in this game.
The honeymoon period in Epic 7 is unmatched. It's so much fun. Honestly, I might just delete my main account at this point and just play new accounts, one a month, every month.
Look, so Deity, I gotta give you props. So I couldn't for the life of me figure out why you kept restarting on new accounts. Like, I love what you do for the community. Doing it now myself, I'm like, the Ryoko account is so much more fun than playing on the Sue account. Like, doing the new player experience, like, getting to grind and, like, work with... Because, like, I'm maining Pearl Horizon at this point. Somebody I never thought I would play. I'm having so much fun playing Pearl Horizon.
You have goals. My I don't have anything. It's roll a 25 speeder or just go play.
Exactly. And now I'm just like... And now, like, I built a Wanda, and I was like, oh, dude, how can I use this Wanda? Like, we were doing Guild Wars today earlier on stream, and I was like, yo, guys, like, you want to see me cleave somebody with Red Sarmia? like we were fighting meta teams, right? Like New Moon Luna teams and stuff, and we were playing like Red Sarmia. I was like, this is so sick. I'm playing with stuff I never would get to play. It's so fun.
Yep. There's a reason I did it. I mean, there's a bunch of reasons I did it, but It is very fun, depending on how you do it. Sometimes you do challenges, sometimes you do whatever, but a new account every once in a while will bring back your love for Epic 7. You'll take a break from your main account. I mean, if you have other games to play, go play another game. But for me, I don't have any games I want to play right now, so picking a new Epic 7 account. I love my old account, my main account, when I come back. Because a lot of people that get bored, take a break, come back. The game is super fun again on your main account.
Yeah, let me see. I'll send you the link for it, Tristan. Give me 1 second.
Inferno's saying Tectone made a point about E7 when he checked revenue. He said he wished E7 would go EOS just so that Smogate would make a new Epic 7 with 2024 graphics because we haven't gotten a proper PvP gacha game in ages. Everything is PvE now. I mean, Epic 7's cranked out new gacha games, but I don't know. The lightning in a bottle, that super creative pulled out. I wish they would make a new gacha game utilizing the Una engine. I don't know why they're resistant to use the Una engine when it's such a good engine. But
I posted a link for you in chat if you want to, for that, because you have the Luna up on screen. I will say this though. I think they haven't shown us a ton from CZN, but obviously leaks are out there. If you've actually like looked through some of the leaks, I'm not going to promise you that it's Epic 7. I'm not going to promise you it's the same kind of experience, but even though people are like, oh, but it's a chibi game, if you haven't actually looked at it, it's chibi until a character takes the turn, and then it becomes a live 2D, right? It's like that live 2D that we have for like our S3 animations and like our in-game like menu port like models. That stuff is interwoven with the chibi. And that makes you go like, this could be good. I want to see it in motion, because all we got were leaked screenshots.
I'm gonna say it, like, a lot of people are shitting on that game sight unseen just because anytime somebody says chibi, people lose their mind. I watched some of the gameplay, not my style of game, but people that love card style combat games. We had Lucina watching it with us. He was helping us translate the Korean into English from the leaks. And he was like, I'm not going to lie, this looks really freaking good. I mean, it was really up his alley. The complexity to it, the diversity of the drafts, the way it worked. It looked like a really, really good game. So I'm hoping that people give it a chance when it comes out.
When does it come out? Aren't we supposed to be on?
It was supposed to be by end of 2024, but they literally haven't said anything since that initial
Didn't you guys
trailer.
get the emails too that were in like the thingy because of Smilegate or whatever, and we can do the stuff? Okay, maybe you shouldn't say that, but I got that, and I've been waiting. I haven't heard anything. If you've heard something,
are you talking about CZN, right?
Yeah, the CZN. We got like emailed
anybody
program thing.
Anybody that's already an E7 official content creator that covered Chaos Zero Nightmare in any capacity got into the content creator program for that.
I mean, it's a super creative game, right? It's made by the same division of Smilegate that makes Epic 7, so they already know us as content creators. And I think if you want in, I think all you got to do is ask, and they'll be cool because they know we're not going to cause them problems. Don't eat the cat, deity. Don't eat the cat.
Is it already going though? Is the whole thing going? Because I sent an email saying I went in and I didn't get a response.
They just hate you though.
I have it. Like, I'm in, but like there's nothing there because they're like, we'll update you, and all they've done is basically just go like, here's this really hot chick on Twitter, upvote it, and I'm like where's your trailer? Like when Worlds came around, right?
Guys, quick, subscribe to Deity or the cat gets it.
No, but like they had a couple years back, you remember during Worlds, they were pushing Outer Plane really hard. Outer Plane commercial every single break. I was like, cool, Chaos Zero Nightmares due out by December. Not a single CZN mention or commercial at all during Worlds. Crazy.
I can't even find the background.
For what?
I agree with you, Robert. I've pointed that out too. That he's saying that it may be a stretch, but the RTA map kind of looks like a Street Fighter KOF stage. Yeah, there's been some theories about that. Some theories that it kind of looks like.
So maybe that's not too far off. I've had a couple people tell me in my server that they think it's King of Fighters, right?
Mm-hmm.
King of Fighters has a new game coming out. It's a sequel to Mark of the Wolves. It's a very anticipated game for KOF fans. Like, Mark of the Wolves is considered to be like the best one in the franchise, right? Or at least one of them. And so to get a sequel to that after like 20 years, people are very pumped about it, and that's coming out real soon, like November.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe it might actually be King of Fighter.
About the time a 2-week long.
Fatal Fury, my bad. It is Fatal Fury, my bad. I misspoke. Yeah, I always keep forgetting KOF and Fatal Fury, even though they share the same verse, they're not exactly the same.
So what you're saying is it's going to happen about like 2 weeks from now, about the time the Flan and Landy limited banners go away, and we spend all of our Sky Stones on the on all of these passes and everything's going on. You're saying all that's going to line up just in time for this this thing to drop, huh?
I mean, Shuanui Mai makes a lot of money for a lot of different gacha games, so yeah, that could be it. Would, if we were gonna get a Fatal Fury collab, it's probably Terry Bogard is the free character, and then the gacha characters are probably B. Jeanette and Mai, maybe Rock if we're lucky.
I have never heard of Fatal Fury in my life.
Really? Oh man.
Never.
Uncultured, bro. You never heard Are You Okay? You know the Shoto from Smash Brothers, Terry Bogard.
Who's gonna play Epic 7 for this? Download the damn game. Don't do this, Smilegate.
To be fair, you're not entirely wrong. Like, I would be hyped for Fatal Fury, right?
I think whatever collab they do is going to have to be on par with Overlord with hype. It's going to have to be something that the community is going to be excited about. It's not going to be like a pull my finger collab, right? And that's the other thing too, right? It'd be easy for them to go out and just like collab with anything, but they don't want to collab with Candy Crush. They don't want to collab with Hello Kitty. They want to collab with something that's going to get. Okay, you know what?
Hold up a sec. That might get people.
Bro, Cinnamon Roll. I have friends that would come back to Epic 7. Like, not even like veterans that quit the game. They'd come back for Cinnamon Roll.
If you make a meme of SpongeBob, Hello Kitty, any of that stuff, it's banging. Okay, you either have to go full joke or you have to go new thing.
Bro,
For people who think I'm kidding, who's Hello Kitty collabing with Street Fighter?
Yeah, Sanrio. Yeah, Sanrio is really big. Just so you know, look up Hello Kitty X Puzzle and Dragons, because they absolutely collab with gacha games. I'm not messing with you. Like Hello Kitty with Puzzle and Dragons. They absolutely do. But yeah.
Imagine a Hello Kitty.
Yes.
Animated skill 3, dude.
Oh shit.
Yeah, look at the one below it, like the witch. See,
imagine getting one shot in RTA by Hello Kitty.
Exactly, that'll pull people in. So like, what game is this?
Bro, I would kill for like Bats Maru to be like ML Ken, where he's like, you know, like the angry penguin is just ML Ken. Yeah.
Look at this.
The Evo's numbers, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, KOF is a very niche game. It's much more popular outside of the US, but like I did agree with you though, Deity. Like, even though I would be okay with KOF or like Fatal Fury in this case, when Terry was announced for Smash Brothers Ultimate, the Smash community's collective like thought process was, who the hell is Terry? So it doesn't exactly bring the hype. Unless you're like a franchise player.
Yeah, I do like when games like give a little niche thing like that, but doing a whole big event like a collab, if anything, do a mini collab and like put a character in the game that everyone gets for free or something. That's cool, but a whole collab over Fury, whatever you said, it's not gonna go good, man.
Yeah, Terry just came out in Street Fighter 6. Yeah, Fatal Fury is collabing with Street Fighter 6. They have Terry and Mai coming to help promote the game.
Collab with McDonald's. Let me buy a damn Happy Meal and get 100 free leaves. Shit.
Yeah. Kizuna Ai is out of retirement, by the way, guys. So that collab is back on the table. She announced she's coming out of retirement on her birthday this year.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's crazy wishful thinking, but yeah, the ultimate collector's item.
Wait, did you guys see there's a TikTok guy who had Kizuna AI and he was like doing boxing matches of figurines and trying to like he's fighting. There was one with Kizuna AI fighting Shadow the Hedgehog.
Nice.
It popped off on social media. It's really funny. Here's
the problem with the Kizuna AI collab is it's a rerun, and it wouldn't be hype. It wouldn't be exciting. Very few people would care. And we really need a collab to bring the hype.
Yeah, the thing is also, if you could get Kizuna, why would you not just like spring for the extra money and go for Hololive? Like Hololive basically like it was like Kizuna I walked so that Hololive could run.
Yep. So after maintenance is over, we get the second half of Night of the Last Succession, so people can get their last piece of speed gear, enjoy the rest of the story, and they're only adding 2 units this time. They're adding Luna and Fallen Cecilia. And I agree with you on this, Sue. I bet they suck together. I bet they have anti-synergy, because they hate each other in the lore, just like Flan and Landy hated each other in the lore.
Yeah.
So I think you're dead
Brawl,
on.
Yeah, Brawl last year, there was Landy and Pirate Captain Flan, and they have a set bonus, and the set bonus is if you have both of them on the same team, they're absolutely god-awful, so you never want to put them on the same team.
Yeah, so having to do missions with Luna and missions with Fallen Cecilia, you better have a Giga Chad team that can carry these two as dead weight if you try and run them together. You're going to do with one, and then you go next one with the other, and you're going to cuss every time you do your 5 stars and both of them pop out, and you can't really use them. What collab would bring the most hype, do you think?
Yeah, I'm actually wearing a
most hype.
Right now, by the way.
Probably Fate, and it's a collab we're not going to get, so it's not worth mentioning.
Yeah, also, Hoyo is collabing with Fate next summer.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. Hoyo's got Fate locked down all freaking year. I think we're far enough away from Demon Slayer wouldn't bring that kind of hype. JJK, I don't know if that would definitely be a hype collab, but I don't think it would. I don't know, man. I really don't know.
This season.
Yeah, there's nothing that's. I mean, there is, but they suck.
Okay, there's no like big hype continuation of an already existing show that had a bunch of things. So the only chance is like a Freyrin collab coming. Or not Freyrin, but like a Freyrin style show that people after 6 episodes are like, oh my god, this show's amazing.
Alright, chat. Go ahead.
Bleach would be Bleach, JJK, those would be pretty hype. Free One would be pretty hype. Kaiju 8 would be pretty hype. But I don't know. It wouldn't it though?
Eternal said it in the chat, dude. Come back to me, chat. Come back to me in 2 months and tell me how you want a Dawn to Dawn collab. Come back to me in 2 months. If you're not on Dawn to Dawn, you need to get on Dawn to Dawn.
Do they have magic or anything at least?
They could do a One Piece collab and make it a 15-week long grind.
Yeah, Dawn to Dawn is currently like the hype anime this season. It's like the newcomer that everyone's looking to. Like it's gonna be. I'm not saying it is, but people are thinking it's gonna be the next big thing. Yeah, like I've been reading the manga for a long time. I think it's incredible.
When I said there's no anime this season, I didn't mean to like talk bad about any shows. It's just there's none of the continuations of something that's already super popular, so it's hard.
For us elder weebs, there is. Ranma is back right now.
Well, I mean, usually it happens, right? When one of us streams, everybody's talking about some anime that's going on, right? You gotta watch Ranking of Kings, Osama Ranking. You gotta watch Freyrin. You gotta it's like there's always some big hype thing that if everyone's talking about and we don't have that right now. What we have right now is people saying, hey, what's a good anime to watch? Because I need a good one to watch. And that's not a good sign. Usually people are jamming it down your throat because there's so much good stuff to watch. And now people are like, anybody got anything good to watch? Because I'm kind of at the end of my list and I don't know what's going on. There's nothing good to watch. So, yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a dry spell. And I just want to throw that PSA out there, guys. I don't care what tier list you looked at that said Vildred's amazing, that he's got the best speed imprint in the game, that you need to pick this guy up. For the love of God, don't pull for Vildred right now. There's no world where you need this guy on your team. Cleave is in kind of an ugly spot. He's a Cleave aggro unit. All of the PvE stuff that everybody says he's amazing for is completely supplanted by free units right now. One of them literally has the word free in her name. Just maybe, unless he is your husbando and you are just not complete without him on your account, please don't spend bookmark on this, right? We got limited banners out the wazoo rolling our way, and we're rolling into end of the year. We're rolling into a time when we're going to have Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales going on, and they're going to want to tie those sales to something really hype that's going on. So just maybe save it, right? Agree, disagree?
I agree. So I thought right away, just let people put what they want in chat. with that mindset, what we're trying to do as content creators is warn you guys to make you want to continue playing the game as to wasting your resources, because especially if you're free to play player and you pull on a character like this and all of these events happen that we've gone through for years, so we've seen it. We're trying to warn you guys, if you want to make sure to get the new characters that are coming out, potential collab that could be awesome, that you might not have the bookmarks because you decide to pull on a character you're probably going to get in 6 months anyway from a random bookmark. We're just trying to help you with that. Yes, if you want to pull on something, but if you want to play this game long term, that's what we're trying to aid you in doing. So I completely agree. Do not pull on it.
Yeah, I would not pull either. Same thing D-Eddie said, right? Like, if you wake up tomorrow and it's Jujutsu Kaisen, you're going to be like, damn, I ain't got no bookmarks for Itadori. But, like, it could be a random Tuesday and you're like, oh, cool, I got that villager I wanted.
But if that's going to make you enjoy the game, play the game how you want. But we're just here, just trying to give some advice. So you don't have to take everything we say. So
any advice that all three of us give is generally based on how to min-max your accounts for best efficiency in climbing in the game and achieving higher goals in the game. We rarely give advice that is emotionally driven, right? If you think Sylvan Sage Vivian is the hottest thing on legs and your life isn't complete without her, and you want to use you're a day 4 player, but you're going to use your headhunt ticket on her, and that's who you're going to get, even though you won't be able to build her for 8 or 9 months. You do you. You get the unit that you love. I mean, I love me some Sirmia. She's not really that usable in the game, but she is always built, and I try to shoehorn her into every application I can. Right?
Love Sirmia. Yeah.
To the guy that asked how to build Sylvan Sage Vivian, her build, her needs have gone down a lot, but she is still one of the more difficult units to build. Some people put her on destruction or speed set. If you do that, you're going to need a little bit of extra self-sustain. Her S3 is such a long cooldown. I think that and Chatty's not enough to keep her alive. So I think she really needs to be on lifesteal to be a sustaining bruiser. Sue might be able to tie in a little bit better on that. He's a little bit better on the bruiser's tech side than I am. But she's got self-mitigation, so you want to keep her in the 1,000 defense by 10,000 health minimum. Try to go higher. I like 11 by 11. A little bit of speed because you want her to take turns. She does damage, and then enough damage to be meaningful. My damage is a little bit over-tooled. My bulk's maybe a little under-tooled, but this build has worked well for me. She doesn't need immunity. It's just the way the gear landed for me. She's a very stat-hungry unit, not a new player-friendly unit when it comes to gearing. Especially because you get no bonus stats from lifesteal, right? You get bonus stats from speed. You get bonus stats from hit. You get bonus stats from destruction. But you don't get any bonus stats from lifesteal. The bonus is that it's self-healing. So all of her stats, all of her scores comes from the internal stats, and she needs a little bit of everything. She wants some speed. She needs some bulk. She needs attack, crit chance, crit damage. The only thing she doesn't need is effectiveness and ER. So she's a very stat-hungry, very hard-to-build unit. So you want to weigh in on how to build and play this girl for new players?
Yeah, so your build is like basically, I want to say the easier one. Me personally, I first off, I wouldn't play immunity on the character because since her changes, she's immune to debuffs at the start of the fight. Unless you're fighting Solitaria or Sea Phantom Palace, in which case, don't bring Vivian. Like it's just that simple. Like just don't play Vivian. Like those are her worst matchups. Why would you play her there? So yeah, you want to either go like lifesteal and an offset of your choice. And me personally, I like Ancient Book, which is pretty new player friendly. Right, it's 4-star as her artifact. Right, I think that's what's really good because the thing is, for 10 souls, you soul burn. You get a big AOE. It increases your attack by stacking her passive up, her little mini passive. And then you get a speed buff to help you come back around. Because if you use her S3 at the start, like everybody's probably at full health anyway. You have no attack stats. So that's pretty good. Like I personally, that's what I like playing on lifesteal. Now, the other way that you could play her is Destruction set. Ideally with Torrent as the 2P set. This is the setup that everybody was using at the World Championship a couple months ago. That's the build that I really like on the Artifact Chatty, which is what Tristen's playing. Because that one is very glass cannon. That one's like only 8,000 health, maybe like 900 or 1,000 defense, and it's just full on as much damage as you can. Try and kill things really, really quickly. All right, so like those are the two ways we play it. Again, Destruction with Torrent, or you play like Lifesteal with Crit. And you either want Chatty or Ancient Book based on your needs.
To answer the one person's question about, but isn't chatty free? Tags book's hard to get, especially max for new players. It's free and it's not free, right? It's free in the sense that you can unlock the Book of Memories and then do the story, and boom, you get a max chatty for free. But you have to unlock the Book of Memories, and that's going to cost you 900 Sky Stones. So, free is a very relative term. You can get it immediately by spending 900 Sky Stones. You'll get your first copy of Chatty and plus 15 it immediately, and then by the time you finish that story out, you'll get your plus 30 Chatty. Yes, but you got to spend the Sky Stones. Whereas to get your tags book, you're going to just have to summon and get it. And trust me when I say you will eventually get plenty of tags books. All right, guys. It's one of those artifacts you can never have enough of, and once you think you have finished with one, you realize you've got to build another one. Because mages keep coming out. Yeah,
there's 2 artifacts I never... For 4 stars, there's 2 I never get rid of under any circumstances.
Let me guess the second one. It's tags, right? So let me guess the second one. Is it Arius?
It's Arius, yeah. No matter what, I never get rid of this. No matter what. You never sell it for powder.
I always do. I have 2 max ones on my account, and I just only ever use 2 tanks.
Oh, I got
meta has different tanks, so I just move the Arius depending on the meta.
I've got 7 Arius, and I was done. I was so sure I was done with 7 Ariuses. The damn it, I needed it on Yulha because she got a buff and she's back. So here I'm building my 8th goddamn Arius.
Yep. Arius is it, yeah. If you play aggressively, you probably don't need it as badly. If you are like me, I play standard to slow. Not that I am averse to playing fast. Like, I can play fast. But for me, who likes to play things very flexible and in the moment, I want to have access to whatever I think is the best tank. And unfortunately, like, most tanks are Arius or bust. So it's like
my Silver Sage Vivian, she's 250 speed on Torrent set, and she's on the artifact for extra crit chance of crit damage. All my builds are so much off the normal right now because I goofed around too much.
But that build's actually not even that bad. Like
it's not bad.
The World Championship build is just straight up super fast glass cannon damage.
Yeah, that's what I did. And there's so many ways you can build every character. That's one thing that's like any people who are getting into Epic 7. You can build some crazy stuff, and it all works as long as you know where you're putting it.
Yeah, I like Destruction Set Green Armin. That's like my one of my fun units that I always have in my back pocket. I just have full damage Armin, right? Like Kit reads as it's just a tank, but her damage numbers are so good that you could just be like, oh, if she gets a counter and they think it's like a tank, oh, it just blows up their whole team.
Yes, Merrick, there is, and it's a devastating angle. Robert Shabat just said, hey, Deity, hey, TristenWulf. He doesn't care about you, Sue. I was following your guides for the most part, but I'm struggling between farming for gold to roll on gear and mats to level promote characters. First of all, Robert, welcome to Epic 7. RIP all your free time. Second, I got you, fam, on this one. What you want to do is you want to go to YouTube, right? And you just type in
pull up a Sue video.
TristenWulf Gold. Just TristenWulf Gold, right? How to farm everything. How to farm everything, right? This is going to tell you how to get your gold, your mats, right? And just whatever you are low on. There'll be charts in here showing you where to farm. If you need runes, you can farm this. If you need gold, you need this. If you need catalyst, you farm this. So check out that video, and I bet... when I talk about eulogy for a saint, don't worry about that for a few months. Okay, just let that slide for a couple of months. But everything else, there's a link to it. That's going to get you taken care of on gold and catalysts.
Yeah, you should know this, Deity. My videos are just Abyss guides at this point.
Dude, thank you so much.
Oh my God,
so
Sue,
I made my
you are the goat.
I made my newest part of the guide, and I was like, I'm not doing Abyss. Here's Sue's channel. He just did it all.
Yeah,
great. I linked your channel, and I was done.
I love Sue's channel. It's Abyss 100, Abyss 105. It's just so loaded with Abyss stuff.
Yeah, I'm currently on Abyss 107 with my new account, and I am using only gear that is from Adventurous Path, Free Dash Pass gear, or what is it, Arena gear. Like, that's it, and it's only Connection heroes, Expert Hunt heroes, or 3 stars.
If you don't have Abyss accomplished yet, guys, do yourself a favor and bookmark this channel. This Chad's not just doing Abyss. He's doing Abyss with free-to-play units and 3 stars.
I beat it with Pearl Horizon.
Freaking Pearl Horizon and 3 free units.
Wait, when'd you hit 10k subs, Sue? Yeah, 11.5?
I've had 10k for like a month, a couple months, like 1 or 2 months. Yeah.
I think about 2 months ago. I don't think you had it. I knew you were close. Yeah, you're killing it then. Congrats.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
thank you. Yeah, I've been trying to grind to get everything I can done on like Abyss. Like, look, I'm using Furious as a connection hero.
Free.
Yeah, I think only one video did I not use a free unit, and that was Tenebria, and it's 102. It's 102. But then I went back on my main account and did it with the free one just because I ran out of catalyst. I was like, dude, here's just like a bunch of 78 and like 85 gear doing it on my main account.
I feel like I lost a bet with Sue on 102, right? He comes rolling in. He's like, hey, I need to brainstorm. I need to brainstorm. How do I do this with only free connection heroes and low-end units? And I'm like, you can't. You can't. If you do that, if you're able to do that, then hats off to you, man. You've damn near done the impossible. And this son of a bitch goes and beats 102 with Kyrus, Tam, Ross, and he did have to stick Tenebria in there.
No, go to the end.
But he got mad at him.
Twice in one video.
Yeah, he got mad at himself, right? Because he got mad at himself because he knows he's gonna tell me. I'm like, I see, he couldn't do it. You had to use a 5-star. I told you. Then so the son of a bitch, he goes back and he does it again.
With Wanda.
With Wanda. He does it with 3-star units, Tam and Ras. Hardest damn floor in all the Abyss. He uses 2 3-stars and free units. So yeah, if you guys aren't subbed to Sue and you still have Abyss to complete and you're like, I can't do this Abyss floor, and he's not even using good gear.
Yeah, go look at my gear. It's at the start of the video. Look at my gear. Go slightly ahead. It's a little bit past my mechanics description. Like probably like
surely this is the most broken Tenebria ever, right?
No, look at it. It's garbage. It has like I think a 15 Abyssal on it, which by the way the Wanda one doesn't even have that.
So like, how can you expect people to compete with a 50% crit chance Tenebria with 183 crit damage?
It's
I mean that's not reasonable.
It's pretty garbage for the most part. Like the Kyrus is like, look at the Kyrus.
She's almost got 1100 defense.
Yeah, but look at the gear, dude. It's a piece of labyrinth gear.
I like how he's flexing here by using a +0 artifact.
Because I don't have resources. Like I don't have catalysts. I don't have charms. Right? I barely have gold.
What are you gonna do?
Unleveled boots,
going away.
Unleveled boots, and 2 right side goblin beasts to beat the hardest freaking Abyss floor.
Those are my only hunt boots, by the way, on the entire account. They're like HP percentage, flat HP, flat attack percentage, or attack percentage, right? Like it's literally like garbage. Like I think it's unreforged. It's like 65 equipment score. I literally only play it for the speed main stat.
Yep. Abyss videos are like the most underappreciated videos out there because people are one and done. Once they get past it, they never go back. So it really is a labor of love, and it just shows Sue's commitment to the community that he is actually not only doing this for us, for me, because everybody wanted me to do this shit, and I'm so glad that Sue is doing it so I don't have to.
those timeless videos, though, are so valuable. Because
they are.
Like,
it's great content.
Yeah, over 2 years, if those videos are good and they're easy to follow, those are going to get 100k each from people.
Yep.
Well, consider if Epic 7 keeps getting new players.
If aside from me, in the last year, the 3 people on this call are the only people that have made Abyss guides.
I do plan to go back, watch your guides, and come up with teams that are very, very different from what you used, not necessarily free to play, but like mid-game player kind of stuff, and make guides. And so anybody that says, I can't do what you did, I'm like, then you go do what Sue did.
And I'm not touching it at all.
Yeah, but But man, this every single one of these is not just an hour, but it shits all over your account. You're moving gear all over the place, and then you're spending hours putting it back to tear it all apart again to do the next floor. A lot of effort went into this, so I mean, make sure you guys are following Sue's channel and giving him some subs and
appreciate it.
Smash that bell harder than you'd want to smash ML Luna, right?
Somebody said in chat, like 10 million doesn't seem like a lot of gold. I just want you to know, like, when I have to re-gear for a floor, if there's no free unequip, like I have to spend like 4 million gold, and then I have to like I have like 20 silver transmit stones and like hardly any stigma. I literally use what little stigma I have to get gold back just so I can make the video.
Hall of Trials is roughly the amount of effort it takes to do a Abyss floor.
Yeah.
You see my gold? It was 98 million before I did Hall of Trials. I spent 20 million gold gearing and ungearing units trying to find the way through to make that Hall of Trials video. It was crazy.
Yep.
It spends fast, guys. I'll get it all back this weekend. I mean, I'm going to do a good chunk of unrecorded history and get it all back.
Yeah, I'm going to take a crack at one.
Where am I ranked in Hall of Trials? I think I checked yesterday. I was ranked 10.
That's right, maintenance.
People found a way to squeeze about 5% more damage by using Lilka. As freaky as it sounds, man, we all thought Fenris was going to be the best, but Lilka, her S3 has 1.9 mods. Do you know that, Sue? Her S3
1.9?
1.9 on her S3. Her stats are low to kind of make up for it, but yeah, that's why she's doing more damage than Fenris in Hall of Trials.
Yeah, so you guys are aware, like 1.6 is like 1.7. That's usually where like it's like considered average, and 1.8 is like the tippy top, right, of what we consider like really good. If it's lower than that, it better have pen. So her being 1.9 is like, ooh. I think like Celine is like the pinnacle at like 2 and change.
Yeah.
That's why, in case you ever wonder why Celine Soulburn like just murders a thing, it's because it's the highest single target damage for 10 souls or less in the game.
Well, it's a lot of unique, weird conditions that let her do what she does. It's not like she is normally a nuker. It's just the way that Hall of Trials lined up. I don't even think Smilegate anticipated it. They clearly wrote this Hall of Trials around giving people a reason to pull Fenris so that they would be happy they have Fenris and that they can use him moving forward, and he's not just a Katie's unit. And Lilka kind of stole that thunder.
Yeah, Fenris's mods suck, by the way. Like, so yeah. He has like, his S3 is like 1.1 or 1.2. But he has penetration. You're like, oh, but that's why it's so low. It's got pen. Violet's a 1.4 with the same pen. Like, that's why I'm like, dude, how did you guys get this wrong? And like, I get it. He gets greater attack buff, but Rylet also gets attack buff, and Rylet has way higher base attack, if I'm not mistaken, or at least they're in the same ballpark. Like, Rylet's just gonna do more damage every time. Like, they messed up on Fenris's mods. They're just bad.
I'm I'm a new player, and I love all of you because your videos made me understand the whole idea about how this game works and equipment and actually everything in 2 weeks. Holy crap. That's a lot of videos if it got in 2 weeks. This is a complex game. I always say there are MMOs that aren't as complex and involved as Epic 7. I think it takes months to learn, weeks to learn and months to master. And that's part of what makes the new player experience so good. Like Deity said, it's got an enormous honeymoon period. Anybody that plays this game, if they're liking it by month 2, they're still going to be liking it by probably year 2. Depending on how much time and money they put into it. I think it'll be 2 years before you really start hitting the point where your achievements feel more incremental, where there's just not as much stuff for you to do anymore.
Yeah,
and at that point in time, you've made some lasting friendships. You're in a guild. You've got a community, and that's what keeps us all here, chained to this game.
Yeah, a friend of mine who used to play the game, you might remember him, Deity. I don't know if you remember Welchie. Welchie used to love playing this game because he's like, it feels like Diablo, where I feel like there's always something to grind, always a project to work on. right? Always something to strive for, make a build better. And like if you're somebody who likes those games where it's a project and you like tinkering with numbers and stuff, and you appreciate the art style, you're gonna love this game long term.
Welchie, did he stream? I recognize the name.
He didn't stream, but he was a high-ranking RTA player. Like I think you fought him a couple of times. I don't know if you remember. He tried to cleave you one time with Terranor Guard. I don't know if you remember that.
I played so many RTA games. I don't know.
It's fine. If
it was on stream, I'll find the clip maybe or something. But
yeah, it was years ago, man. Like back in like 2019, 2020. I just remember him being like, "Dude, I came up with Terranor Guard Cleave and RTA." I'm like, "Go to bed, bro. Like, what are you doing?"
So that's Deity lost to Terranor Guard. I've lost to every character in RTA imaginable because if someone picks something cool, I let it through. I'll take a loss every single game if you pick something cool. I want to see it. Win rate does not matter in this game if someone's doing something cool. Let them do it. Let them have fun.
That's actually a good way to look at it, yeah. I like to see the spicy picks.
Yeah, Michael, looks like Rex answered your question there. There are a handful of units that have Extinction, but don't get too excited about Extinction. It looks great on paper, but I think I was talking to you about it, wasn't I, Sue? About Extinction being like the kiss of death for units in this game.
Yeah, like
every time they give a unit Extinction, it's like we're not allowed to make this unit good because Extinction's too strong, so the rest of the kit's got to be terrible.
Yeah, I was gonna say that straight up, the best two Extinction units in the game are Specimen Says and Little Queen Charlotte, which I would say are both fringe units.
Yeah, and those are ML5s.
Cool,
Can you
though.
think of any Extinction unit that's like out of C tier, Deity?
Extinction unit out of C tier?
Yeah. And we're not talking about Ray's blocking. We're not talking about Briar.
Extinction unit out of C tier.
Bro, Vigilante.
Dark
See,
Corvus?
it's rough. Yeah, I mean,
Can we
Dark Corvus
pretend?
is as close as you get, and that's pretty much just for Guild Wars, and he's not finding a lot of use.
Her Lilibel?
Nah.
I forgot about
Lethe. Lethe's a good answer. Yeah.
Is she above C tier right now, though?
Not really.
Not
no,
right
she's
now.
like
she was in her day, though. She was in her day. Sigrid, no. Glenn, no.
Milam is
Milam,
probably the
no.
highest of all those. I mean, you can make a Milam work right now if you really wanted to.
I actually really like Milam. Not to be confused with Demon Lord Milim.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tristen.
Top model Luluka is like B tier if you've got whale gear.
Yeah.
If you got whale end gear. If you don't have whale end gear, she is deep, probably below C.
Yeah, actually, it's probably top model's probably the strongest overall.
Which is crazy, right? Because top model was the most impactful unit of 2020. When she came out, she was the meta.
Yeah, it was like her and Rawana were the two most influential units.
Yeah. Everything. If you didn't have this unit, you didn't get to play. It was crazy.
Do you guys remember Kenny?
I do!
Kenny had like 3
BK Kenny.
back in 2021.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
I don't know, D, if you've never watched the...
Can I even do what he did?
I made a what your favorite waifu says about you for Epic 7 video, and that's literally the TML one. You just wish you could be as good as BK Kenny.
God, look at this. With my best gear, I'm still 4 speeds slower than BK Kenny's top model Luluka was.
3 years ago. That's what it was. 3 years.
3 years ago. I know. Madness.
And it still had like 84 crit chance and like 300 crit damage, but he was the first person to show us that the red Coeric artifact was ridiculously good.
But he actually had the damage gear. Like at the time, I could get close, not on damage gear. I was like 307 or something, but not on damage. That was the craziest part. He had the 330 ran at this point if he kept playing.
Yeah, he straight up had the best TML. Like everybody wanted to be his Luluka, and like there are some other servers like whales from other servers that can come close to like today, right? But you have to understand this was 3 years ago. Like actually the most insane glass cannon DPS I think I've ever seen in the game.
Sputnik saying that he one of my Hall of Trials guide, he learned from me that it's actually pronounced Demon Lord Maylime. I'm not even kidding, right? Every time a Hall of Trials involved
Deity's gear crafting brewing guide was such a huge guide. Even as a somewhat experienced player, I love you guys for always bringing out banger content free.
Do you want to link that guide, your gear guide? Because people ask me for that all the time.
The gear guide?
Gear rolling guide. That's a huge boon to new players, and it's so hard. People are like, "Hey, can you do a guide on how to roll gear?" I'm like, "God damn it, man! That feels like somebody saying, can you teach?" Yeah, it's like somebody saying, "Hey, can you teach me how to play instruments?"
Yeah, exactly. You can't,
it's like, holy crap!
I'm gonna do y'all a solid because I say that is the script I just finalized.
Nice,
it's
nice,
just my
nice.
gear rolling guide, so that's coming within a week. You'll see it from me within a week.
It's hard because if you make the guide just information, it sucks. You can't just make it information. I've tried for years. You have to show examples. You have to show the process of you doing it. I did everything I could, but if you just slam information in someone's face, it's not going to stick, and that's why gear rolling's been so hard for so long.
I know, dude. I get it too, because like I have new players who are coming to me now, and they're like, just give me like a hard and fast rule. Like, do I just keep everything above 79 and just say go? And I'm like, it's not that simple. Like, you can't just look at the number and be like, that's it. That's it. It's good enough.
Windloon, Raise Block is just that. It prevents Raise from bringing people back to the dead. Even though when people die, it's a red puff of smoke, it's kind of a little bit of misdirection. Extinction is they're dead forever. You can never bring them back for the rest of the fight. With Raise Block, you just can't use resurrection spells on them. Now, once you remove the condition that's causing the Raise Block, like you remove Singelica's immortality or you kill Briar, then suddenly they can be brought back to the dead. So it's not a true extinction skill. Yeah, don't get Raise Block and Extinction confused. It's like saying immunity is the same as Luna not being able to be debuffed or Vivian not being able to be debuffed. There's one's conditional, the other one is it just is the way it works.
That question that you just had, Cole, the text-to-speech, I have my answer.
Oh, what was it here?
What is one thing your guys are glad it is no longer an Epic 7? I'll say it from the mountaintops. Pet snacks!
Pet snacks, holy shit. Oh my god. I don't know if anything I could come up with pales compares to that.
I mean, it's dogs, it's Phantasmus. That's by far the number one
answer.
Pet snacks.
How do you hate on my doggos?
Dude, you can Stigma 6-star? You can make a 6-star every 2 hours?
But they're so cool! These are so much cooler than the flowers.
Dude, pet snacks are fun. Sometimes you use one, and when you're out of them, you're like excited to get more snacks.
No.
For me, it's main stat RNG on gear.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. But you said wasn't still in the game. Like, that's still in the game. One day.
No. RNG on the main stat of gear is not still in the game. Not being able to get above 40 speed unless it's a red boot. If you guys had purple boots, 40 was your max speed, or 35 was your max speed on purple boots.
You're talking about when they changed the how gearing works. Because flat stats, they made flat stats retroactively better.
Yeah.
We went through 2 of those phases. They upgraded, or they changed gear twice.
Yeah. That was
remember
awful.
mages changing?
Getting instead of getting +5 to speed, you got like +3 to 5 to speed on you having 23 speed main stat boots. Oh god.
Speaking of things that I like that used to be in the game that I forgot, do you guys remember? Because I totally forgot until someone pointed out to me today. That auto tower was 100 floors instead of 25. I totally
missed
forgot about that.
I want that back. I want hard. I love that.
I was on your server and I'd always get to number 1.
Everybody freaking hated it. They're like, it's a new abyss every month. I was like, yes, and you don't have to. The only thing that sucked is they made the top floor rewards so good that people felt left out. If they made it like just some cosmetic bullshit, banner that goes, you get a frame that goes away the following month, and then you could get the new frame, and maybe it was like, here's some stigma. Excuse me, things that don't really matter. It might have gone over better, but yeah.
We got it. We get auto tower challenge mode, and it's the old auto tower.
I have asked for that every single time that they had a survey asking like thoughts. I was like, bring back a challenge mode auto tower.
What they should do is they should add a timer. They should add a timer, and your speed at which you finish all the stages add up, and whoever has the best time at the end, instead of, because before it was who was awake at reset. Got to get first.
Yeah, no, dude, that's a great change, actually.
And you go through and try to time your floors and figure out what's the team you could do to beat everything the fastest, and you get a reward, some kind of just
it should be the sum of your best segments too. So you could go back. Oh, I didn't do floor 57. Let me try and get like Oh, that'd be so sick because there's 100 floors to have projects to work on.
That'd be fun, and have it every 3 months or something. There's so many fun PvE things.
Yeah, that would actually single-handedly, like, I don't want to say save PvE because it's like it's not that PvE doesn't have, but for like the veterans, for like people like
PvE's
us
got it good
call,
right now. PvP's in the shitter.
Yeah, that would be so incredible for PvE. Like that one thing would be amazing. If just like every 3 months it was like it's a 3-month period. Here's 100 floors. Try and min-max your time.
I mean, it's just an optional thing that gives like some skin tickets or something. Something that doesn't matter.
Something cosmetics, yeah.
That's something I'm still waging war on, by the way, the Fates Gaze or whatever. I think they need to change that system, the challenge mode Hall of Trials. I think it's so bad for new players. It just puts them further behind. We don't want that, not with this many new players.
They're just trying right now. I think they're going to make it easier, but whenever a new system comes out, they want you to grind for it. It gives you another reason to play as an in-game player. So they're trying to keep the in-game player retention to an extent. That's the idea, and they'll make it easier, probably in like 2 months.
I hope.
For the people who are asking how I'm still in the game, it's a streamer trick, right? As long as I don't ping the server, it won't push me into maintenance. And your units, your stats, things in your box up here, right? All this stuff is local on your device. Now, if I do anything that pings the server, I change my artifact, I try to upgrade a piece of gear, and it wants to send that change notification packet to the server is going to kick back games and maintenance, and it'll close my game out. But it's a nice little streamer trick where it lets us talk about units, share builds, and discuss show examples while we're in maintenance. I'm not actually playing the game. I just haven't pinged the server to activate maintenance. Anybody can do this.
I have one thing I want to bring up. Can you guys think of what your biggest mistake in E7 is? Like, what is like the biggest mess up that you've done?
Compensating nerfs with a selector.
No, biggest mistake you've done as a player.
Oh, I've done as a player?
Yes.
When I first started out, I had Dien and Angelica as my starting units, and people said, well, Angelica's nice, but Dien is garbage. She can't even heal. She's the worst 5-star in the game. You need Destina. That's your starting unit. She's the only 5-star heal. She can heal on all 3 of her skills. That is the starting unit. And this is before Destina was good. She didn't have a raise. She had no resurrect skill whatsoever, and it cost Black Molagora to get her last skills done. She needed like 80 Molagora to max out, and all of her healing was tied up in her Molagora. So I re-rolled, and I started with Destina and no Angelica, and my only other 5-star was Kisei. And I tried to do Epic 7 with Destina and Kisei, and that was it. And I was ready to quit by middle of February because I couldn't do shit. And I got Bologna, and she actually saved my existence in the game because she was so good. And everyone's like, just keep playing. You'll eventually get Angelica, and you'll have a good healer. I was doing Wyvern with Aether. I was farming Wyvern 11 with Aether as my Soul Weaver because he was the only ice healer I had. And I finally, in July of 2019... pulled my first Angelica, and I shoved all kinds of Molagora into her, and I built her, and then 5 days later, they announced Angelic Montmorency, and she totally replaced Angelica, and she no longer had a job in the game.
I didn't get Angelica, who was considered the quote-unquote mandatory character to beat the first 100 Abyss floors. I got her as my reward for beating Abyss 100. That sucked. As for your question, Deity, it's the banner I've wailed on the most. I spent like $600 or $700. It's the most money I've ever spent in this game on Holiday Euphene's banner because I thought Champion's Trophy was broken. I was so convinced that artifact was better than Abyssal Crown.
But, okay. I mean, it looked really funny, but it is not better than Abyssal Crown. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
Think about all the mistakes you've made. Did any of them impact you really up to this point? Going past and continuing to go, do you think any of those things you did years ago mattered in any way?
Like, I plus 15 Euphene, I plus 15 Cirilla. Like, these are characters that just don't see play, like, period.
Yeah.
Anymore,
can I amend mine? I got one more.
But my point of doing this is the mistakes you make along the way don't affect you in the long run almost at all. So do not be scared to mess up.
Very good point.
Yeah. I have basically at this point done literally everything in Epic 7, despite making a bajillion mistakes, except get like a legend frame in RTA. I have done everything else.
Everybody told me how good Sigrid was, and that she was such an important unit, such a powerful unit, one of the most important units of the game. So I built 2 of her, and I molded both of them to plus 12, and then found out later you can't run 2 of the same unit on a team.
That one's pretty good.
Assassin Kali was the top of the meta for nuking people in Arena, and I wanted her so bad, and I kept getting bullshit useless units like Kitty Clarissa, and I was so mad when I pulled Kitty Clarissa and it wasn't Assassin Kali, and I finally got Assassin Kali, and I dumped all of my Mola, about 45 Molagora at the time, even though she's a 4-star. That's how much that shit cost back then. 45 Molagora to plus 15 this girl, and just got her to level 60, used every single phantasm I had, got her ready to go, and then I tried to build her, and I discovered that I couldn't build her. My 7-month-old account.
I did the same thing. I have never played Assassin Kali once in my E7 career, and I have her mullet. I mulled the crap out of her because in season 1 she was that girl. I remember D&D when I watched you. This was one of your characters.
I played her every game.
It was this and Flitica.
Oh,
like D&D was.
I would have played her if I could. I tried, and she just bounced off people like a squeaky toy. Constantly got outsped. I just couldn't do it. And when I finally. And I took all the gear off of her and put her in my lobby so I could stare at my mistake every single day and remember to build the units first before investing in them. It's good advice. And then I finally got the gear. I built a good one, and I went in, killed a couple people in Arena. I was on cloud 9, and then about 3 weeks later, they dropped this fucker who's just better in every single way.
Mulling the crap out of him too.
Yeah. I only took him to plus 13 out of spite. I was not going to do it again.
I did the same thing with him because I thought he was going to be ridiculous. So I built him. I only have ever used him for one reason in my entire E7 career. And that was to scare the crap out of Kana, because he would literally back down from a cleave if you ever picked Acid against him. So I would see a match against Kana. This was before names weren't hidden. I would slam Acid, pick 1. Like, unquestionably, even if he had no gear on him, I would slam it.
He was the character you would pick with no gear, and he almost always got banned. No one would try to call your bluff. But one thing with Akoli, a simple buff they could do is have maybe change her E to where her S1 gives her it gives her skill null every turn. And then she would never get broken out of stealth. You'd have to time your skill 3s. So I think just doing that should be a super playable character. There's so many characters that are out of the meta right now with just a single little tweak, they could fit in the meta.
Oh, yeah,
I always thought she'd be good if she could see through stealth, but we're a little bit past the stealth meta now.
Yeah, the only stealth is Celine, you just AoE. But just if she could save herself, so you pick her in draft, the opponent has to respond with an AoE. If it's something that's only going to hit one time, she can just recycle and get back to it. Or she's obviously weak to debuff, so she can't be an early pick character. There's so many of these characters they could fix with just a tiny tweak.
Green Charles, bro. Just change him to HP scaling.
Yep, HP scaling. That's it.
That's it. His kit is perfect. He doesn't even need an updated kit. Just make him HP scaling. He's great.
Most underrated unit in Epic 7, YouTube's asking.
Underrated?
RTA or PvE?
Just in general, pick one. Most underrated unit.
Broman.
Broman's definitely up there.
Broman's a good one. I think Mui's up there for a lot of PvE.
I think I'm gonna go with Kitty Clarissa.
Good.
Kitty Clarissa is fantastic. She could be a cleanser for you. She could be a utility piece. Clears a lot of stuff.
You want to know what's crazy about Wanderer Silk is she's got mad PvE usages too. You know, if you take a 3-man Banshee one-shot team and you put Wanderer Silk on it, it becomes a Golem one-shot team with the same 100% success rate. Just by taking your Banshee 3-man team, putting Silk on it, boom, now you've got a Golem one-shot team.
I was gonna say Fire. Rick just said it. I was literally about to say it. Fire Tenebria. The more I play that unit, I hate Tenebria. Tenebria, lore-wise, is my least favorite character in E7. I think this character's kit is just.
Queen of the Yoga Pants. Yeah.
Fire Tenebra's been playable in any season of RTA if you 5th or 4th picker into people who don't have cleanse. She's never not been playable. It's just people choose to play other debuffers.
Yeah, this kid is just like obscenely stacked. Like her S1 is broken beyond all belief. Like I couldn't believe it. Like about I want to say like a year and a half ago was the first time I sat down and just like actually thought, can I use this character somewhere? And that S1 just sold me instantly.
She out-tempos Laya. I was using her last season. She can out-tempo the Laya meta draft. So this was before LNF and all that. She out-tempos Laya, which is skill 2s, and it's insane.
Yeah, if you have a really fast one, exactly what you say. If you just go S1 and it procs, you could just like get like 3 of them in a row.
Mine wasn't fast. Mine was like 200 speed even on counter set, and I was able to out-tempo playing. I mean, I was an Emperor for a little bit last season when I was actually playing RTA. I was beating some of those players with a 200 speed terrible build counter set fire 10.
Yeah. You remember, Deity, back in the day, like season 1, 2, 3 of RTA, where like someone would pick red 10 or Brienne, you're like, is it a fast debuffer or is it one of these counter ones? Because the counter ones were the frightening ones. You had no idea which one it was.
One counter sleep and she's cutting, you're cooked. They get board control.
Why are you highlighting my girl?
Because she's incredibly underrated, right?
Actually,
I mean, first of all, every man wants a woman to believe in him as much as Cirilla believes in that string holding that bra together.
Yep.
But she's so underrated. Sue, can you tell us a little bit of the lore behind Cirilla?
God damn it.
And how people underrate her?
So for those of you guys who don't know Cirilla's lore, Cirilla is on the hunt for money and shiny things because she wants to buy jewelry and whatnot. And
why?
The biggest problem that she has is that for some reason no one wants to date her. She cannot find a boyfriend. Her entire purpose as a character is no one wants to date me, and I can't understand why.
It's the most immersion crushing, unbelievable thing about Epic 7. There's nothing in Epic 7 that is harder to believe than this story.
Yes. Yeah.
Wait, is she looking for marriage or is she looking for like?
No, she just wants a boyfriend. She can't figure out why nobody wants to date her.
Then it is unbelievable. But she's looking for marriage. I could maybe see why.
Yeah, I was like, she's just like every time like she'll like meet a random guy and like try to like flirt with him, and they're just like, sorry, not interested. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, exactly. Everyone just goes like, nah, this is immersion crushing. You don't have a girl this stacked. Like there will be somebody who will date her for shallow reasons. Somebody will date her for shallow reasons.
Crank has volunteered for tribute. He said he'll make that sacrifice. He'll be the one to date her. Somebody asked if I could have one unit to be buffed, who would it be? And I think it would be Elagos. He's just such a freaking Chad, and I know he is good in his niche uses, but I would like to be able to just mainline him more, use him in more content, have reasons to reach for this guy more often. He's too damn cool.
Yeah, I saw somebody in chat was asking me to show the Cirilla merch. It's in the other room if like people really want me to go get it, but it's it is a Cirilla poster that's signed by Yuna Kim.
Kane's a close second, same reason. Do you have that Cirilla poster?
Yeah, I do. I have so when E7 came here to like NA, when they did their like one and only I feel like East Coast live event, they gave out the dev team basically gave a poster of their favorite characters each one, and they signed it. It was I think it was, is it Mr. Navi is the guy that does like that appears on the streams? It was
Tristen most.
Him as Crow, I think. No, he was Kitty Clarissa.
People imprinted their
Mr. Yeah, he was the guy in the Hall of Trials video, or not Hall of Trials, but in the original Ancient Inheritance demo, right?
Yeah.
Acting like he was exploring the map in real time.
Yeah, he was Kitty Clarissa. The head of the person who designed the Yuna engine made Chloe. Yuna Kim, I believe, was Cirilla, and then somebody else who was on the dev team was Blue Crow. But like when they gave us the posters and signed them, they basically said like these are each of the devs like favorite characters, and I was like, wait, so like Yuna Kim's is Cirilla? Okay, that's pretty based. But yeah, I still have it.
Somebody's saying Elagos' artifact would go on Asflan, so let's talk about that.
All right, you guys talk about that. I'm gonna go grab these posters just so I could show you since chat wanted to see it. I'll be right back.
This is my second podcast today, and I was drinking during the last one, and now I have to pee every 5 minutes.
What do you think of this unit, Deity?
Plan. She looks really fun. I think the overall just skill kit is a fun skill kit. There's definitely gonna be ways that top players will find a way or like something to abuse with her. I don't think she is gonna see no play.
I think she
now,
looks,
if you're talking about looks,
a lot of fun. Oh yeah, looks.
Okay, I wasn't sure which one, but looks. There's one of those ones. The one of the screen ones looks amazing. Do you think you'll be able to use her?
Yeah, she's an aggro unit. I'm going to use the hell out of her. I want 2 of her because you know what I want to build. Tell me if I'm cooking or if I'm crazy. I want to build her really, really slow with a shit ton of damage and put her on rage set and run her with Harsetti.
I mean, that's going to work for sure. if you get 3rd pick Harsetti out. Yep. I mean, lifesteal set with her. She's just a better Rylet, right? To an extent.
Yeah.
If she's cycling like crazy and she guaranteed crits, so she can fight landies and can't be countered. I don't. There's got to be a place that she's gonna work.
God damn. I mean, the art department knocks it out of the park. I got to agree with Tectone here, right? We could get a whole ass game with this art department designing all new units.
I'm back. Yeah, dude. Once again, thank Blue Archive players for dismantling the Korean GRAC. Otherwise, you would not have precious assets like these.
And stories like Lytica's, yeah.
Yeah, but just real quick, if I can, like, there's Crow. I don't know who it's signed by, but they gave out this one. Here's Made Chloe by the head of SG. You can see the signature there. And then we have the Cirilla one that you guys already saw from the YouTube video. And here's the fun part. You guys ready for this one? I've been saving this one for a rainy day. I have a duplicate Cirilla to give away to a fan at some point. So
I'm a fan. I'm a fan over here.
I purposely got a second copy of Cirilla. Kitty Clarissa I already gave away, right? So that one was already given away to a fan at some point. Yeah, the only other Kitty Clarissa one that I have is signed by Blood Moon Haste and her same VA, right? Abby Trott. Yeah. I have that one like framed, so that one I can't show you.
Hey, those of you who are excited about maintenance being over and stuff, realize the only thing that's happening after maintenance is a Vildred banner you shouldn't touch, Hoochie trying to steal your Skystones, which you shouldn't touch, an Epic Pass, I think, which you probably shouldn't touch except for the 900, and more Gala stuff. We're not seeing anything with Flan for a whole ass another week. None of that starts till the 17th.
This is your chance to take a little break. Just do your daily stuff.
Yep.
Go do some other things and get back ready for when new stuff comes next week.
Also, real fast to talk about this slide here, because I had like 6 people ask me this on stream today, who those 2 characters were in the 1 minute. In case you guys don't know, that was Ventus and Nodos. Those are like the main characters of the arena story. So if you didn't know, now you know.
What about Vildred's artifact? Completely replaceable by a half dozen other artifacts. It's a nice damage artifact. It's really good for what it does, but you don't need it. It's a win more artifact, I think, with what's out there for thieves. Agree, disagree, Deity? What do you think?
Vildred's artifact? If you have a max, it used to outdo attack buff on, right? The 20% would outdo attack buff, so it's better than Alexa's Basket. But now with Alexa's Basket being higher percentage, if you don't have it max, I'm not sure. I'd have to do the math again. I haven't regeared my main account in so long. Usually I go in when I regear, do the math calculator, try to figure out what the best artifact is, but I do not know currently.
Anyo, thank you for the sub, buddy. I appreciate the 6-month resub, man. Wow.
And we get Notos, the unit.
Yeah, no, I agree with your assessment. Like, Sword of Summer Twilight is like optimal, but it's like barely better than your other options. So like, why would you stress about it unless you're really min-maxing like in the super late?
6 months. Thank you for your content, man. Imsu Heart.
Imsu Heart, you too. The artifact used to be really good on BBK, but if you're using BBK, you are probably going into a lot of Ilanovs, and the artifact doesn't do jack against Ilanov. It's much better just to put Alexa's Basket or, better yet, Symbol of Unity, something to boost your damage that doesn't rely on pen.
Man, y'all be hating on my girl Ilanov.
Ooh. I really want to hear yours and Deity's opinion on Landy, who used to be the most sought-after PvE unit. Put her on Bloodstone. You can use her in PvP and PvE. She worked on. She was the way to get past Abyss 105 before you found your Pearl Horizon bullshit. She was the way to get past 105s. But has she completely fallen off now, or you're gonna talk bad about you're gonna talk bad about Flan? You know, if you talk bad about Flan's sister, she's less likely to come home when you pull up for her, right?
All right, so my opinion for this is for Flandy, you pull Flandy because she's the new limited. And then for Landy, if you have leftovers, I still think you actually grab Landy. I know that sounds like, yeah, that's my personal opinion. You guys don't have to agree with me. I am of the opinion that if you have the ability to grab it, like, so for example, if you grab Flan early, like Flan, if you get her early, then you could go grab Landy. That's just my personal opinion.
See, I'm on the complete opposite end of the spectrum where I think you don't touch that unit with a 10-foot pole. I'm very curious where Deity stands on this one. So,
standing on who?
What do you think about Green Landy from like a sub 1 year playing relatively new player unit? She used to be the queen of PvE, and she's fallen off quite a bit, but.
She's gonna get an EE. I think that's why her banner's coming. I think she's gonna get an EE.
Yeah. So soon. this is my logic, right? So Landy, it's actually funny we're talking about Landy because Landy is the character that she came out. She was limited. She wasn't good. People didn't pull her, and then just randomly on like a Thursday morning, you woke up and Landy was the best character in the game. And it's like, did you pull her? Is she in your box? Because if she's not in your box, sorry. Like
and if Dee right and she gets an EE, that could happen again.
When do we get the last EEs?
With BBK.
First Hall of Trials.
So are we due next
First new Hall of Trials.
Yeah, we're due.
If we're due next week, I think it'll be announced next week.
Yeah.
That is my guess. But don't pull her obviously, don't pull on her. And her EEs may suck too.
And if her EEs are good and broken, you still don't pull her over Flan because, guys, check it. Flan is a brand new unit, and every 6 to 9 months, I think that's pretty accurate. Every 6 to 9 months since they started doing it, we get these things called custom group summons. And in a custom group summon, you can select any non-collab limited unit that's had 2 or more banners. Landy has had 2 or more banners. You could add her to a custom Mystic Summon down the road. Flan, she's only going to have had 1. You'll probably have to wait a whole ass year before she gets her second banner, and then you can start picking her on the custom group summons. So if you can only afford to pick up 1, get Flan, and then start saving up, and when the next custom group summon happens, which will probably be sometime between November and March, most likely February range, is when we're due for one, I think.
Yeah.
My opinion with Landy is, if you pull her, you won't be sad. You can use her. But right now, like we're using her in PvE, you can use like 9,000 other characters, just like all PvE stuff.
I would also strongly recommend that this is from the 17th to the 31st. You wait as close to Halloween as you can before you go nuts on Landy, because that way you've got at least got eyeballs on what's coming down the road. And if you pull her on the 17th and you go to Pity and you spend all your stuff, and then on the 28th they announce a JJK collab and it's your favorite anime, you're going to be in the shitter and whipping out your credit card.
Yeah.
So just wait.
I agree with everything you guys are saying.
You've lived your entire life without Landy. You can go 1.5 weeks before you commit. Right? Don't get pulled into the hype.
Yeah, me personally, I'm the only one on here where, like I said, if Flan,
thanks, Dom.
if you pick her up early and it's close to Halloween and you already know what's coming and you're not a fan of it and you still have a ton of resources, I still think Landy is she is better than the average unit, right? She is better than the average unit in this game. She used to be the best unit. Obviously, power creep made it so that's not the case. But again, like Deity said, you won't be disappointed with the character.
Why do I think JJK? I don't. I just pulled a random anime off the top of my head. Because it's one we were all talking about earlier, so it was just in the top of my head. It's one that people were excited about.
We should form like a coalition after stream, come up with one, and just try to convince everyone it's going to be a certain collab. All three of us just talk about it, see how far it spreads.
That'd be hilarious. They must have leaked something. They're all saying the same thing.
But it has to be like something that's like ridiculous but still believable.
Exactly.
And then it actually happens, and we're like, oh shit.
But then we look like geniuses,
right?
So it's a win. It's a win-win there. Either it's funny or we look like we're prophets. There's no losing in that one.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of like what we can get that's like believable, but not like, you know, like that still sounds like it's fake.
I don't know.
Yeah, off the top of my head, I don't know. Oh, this is the ML rotation. Okay.
Yeah, this is after when Harsetti is gone on the 17th. These are the 4, so they're not showing the 4-star that's with them. So it could still be Wretched Rose or the new Shuri, but I don't think it will be because the way they worded the recall when they announced the recall is they said any unit that is available prior to the recall can be selected when you recall your Oxlots. Yeah. And there's no way they would set it up so that you could select the current on banner unit. So I don't think that or they'll go back on what they said and stealth rewrite it like they did with the buff dates.
They have done that one time before though, that you could pull the newest character. Mm-hmm. So if they did that, a lot of people would be happy. So it could be a PR move. We could hope.
Be, maybe. We'll have to see. But
I'm curious what everyone's thoughts are on these guys because I have thoughts about these.
About these 4 units. Takes whale tier gear to make usable, and even then kind of barely usable. Nobody should pull for this unit. Really good counter cleave, arguably one of the best counter cleave units, and semi good into Harsetti because he will not necessarily go second, but he will go third, and he can put things to sleep if he's not controlled. But I don't think you pull him because his primary use is anti-cleave and cleaves in the shitter. Eternal Wanderer Ludwig is a cleave unit, and cleave's kind of in the shitter right now. That could always turn around. People say cleave's dead all the time. I say it all the damn time because, you know, I'm an alarmist and that's what I do. But he is a very good, solid unit. He's one of the easiest ways to get into cleave and aggro. But where are you going to use him in a post-Harsetti meta? Shu, I think, is actually probably one of the strongest units on this. But if you like or love or want any of these units, you do you. But just like I recommended with Landy, waiting until the 31st, please, for the love of God, wait until the first week in November so you can have eyes on what's coming next. What's coming next could be a smoking hot ML5 redhead who changes your life with legs that go all the way to the ground, and you will be so sad that you blew all of your mystics when ML Hua Young drops in your lap or Death Metal Tamarin shows up, right? So you've gone your entire life without these units. You can wait 2 weeks. Wait for that last week. Don't get sucked into the hype. Wait until the last week so you can have eyes on who the next new ML5 is, what their kit looks like, and then you can make your command decision.
Yeah.
If you have impulse control issues like me, sucks to suck, you're going to do what you're going to do. But if you want to play the game the smartest way possible, just wait let the first 2 weeks go by and then make an informed decision with your mystics. And Dong Lee, thank you so much for the sub, buddy. I appreciate it, man. Welcome, and thank you again for the support.
Yeah, of those, I think Shu is generically the best one. And after that, I think it's a toss-up between Ludwig or Sageball. Like, I can't
Ludwig's definitely the second best one, but yeah, they're very different.
Ludwig is definitely the second strongest one here. He's actually, to be fair, pound for pound, I think he is the strongest overall character, but he's hard as hell to use.
Is it a mystic where we choose between the 4? What you do is when you show up, one of them will be randomly assigned, but they'll have a little refresh symbol over it. You click it and you can change it to any other unit, and you can do your summons. And if you, as soon as you get one, you can change it to another one and keep summoning. If you wanted to spend, like, I don't know, $800, you could force feed all 4 of them if you got that kind of money. Just pull to get one, swap, pull the next one.
Some of the people I've been doing like account coaching and stuff for. Actually, it's been 2 of them. I think it was 2 rotations ago. They went and pulled every single character on the thing.
That's crazy.
They spent the whole Mystic pack out because I worked with them the night before, and then the next day I looked at their account. They had everything. We went straight from a new player. They're like 21 days in, straight to Challenger. It was the easiest thing ever.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, because like go ahead.
Is this piano music DMCA or is it Smilegate?
I can't hear it. I have to turn up your actual stream. Hold on, because I can't hear it through the screen share.
I mean, if it's DMC, I'm already boned by playing it for you.
Yeah, you're already cooked.
I hate it that they do that.
Oh,
that they put.
I think you're fine. You're fine. I haven't used this one specifically, but I have played it on stream before, and I haven't gotten tagged for it. So I think you're probably fine. That's one of the summer.
What an incredible vacation.
So something interesting here, Sue. This flan.
Oh no, you're really gonna do this to me? Okay, go ahead.
Now, guys, listen to this.
Random
what
shout
an
thought.
Hang
If
on.
new flan was an ice unit, she'd be icy hot flan.
You can show yourself out, Sputnik.
What an incredible vacation. I wish it could last forever. An enticing lure. Will always be reliable. You really have no tact.
So, beautiful animation, gorgeous unit, but doesn't quite sound like flan to me. Does it sound like flan to you, Deity?
I can't hear anything.
See, it doesn't sound like flan to Deity either.
Yeah,
Why-
it
why-
does not
why-
like it to me.
Why does this not sound like flan, Sue?
It's because it's not the original voiceover artist Kelly Ohanian.
Oh.
That's why. That's why. That's where Tristan's going with this. So, hi, I'm Sue. Part of the thing that I do in my videos is I like to highlight the voiceover artists that make the games and anime that I watch possible. I think it's a really important and pretty thankless job most of the time. Most of these people bust their butt for very little money and often get no recognition for it. So that's why I highlight them a lot in my videos. And for those of you guys who do not know, we don't have the full details of it, but as of July, SAG-AFTRA, which is, the Screen Actors Guild, is on strike against certain companies. Basically, there are certain video game companies that are trying to use AI, artificial intelligence, to basically not like 100%, but I guess eventually replace certain voiceover artists. Like they train off of your voice and then they don't need to hire you or pay you anymore. They could just use AI to do it. So obviously, voice actors are trying to protect their livelihood. So they are currently on strike. Now, Smilegate currently works with a company called, I believe it's Blindlight. They are the people that supplied the English dub for Epic 7. And Flan's original VA, Kelly Ohanian, is, I believe, part of the Screen Actors Guild.
Feeling almost as much pain as if Jeremy Lee didn't voice a limited Chermier.
Yeah, that's exactly. So yeah, it's the yes. But yeah, basically the long and short of it is Kelly is not the voice of Flan. She basically said, "Hey, I wanted to come back as Flan. I gave them what's called an interim agreement, which is basically while we're striking, I can't sign a formal contract, but we can sign a temp one that says as long as you're not willing to use AI on my voice, I'll come back and do Flan for you guys." And whatever the reason, that never got signed. Like communication breakdown, don't know the reason yet. They're still looking into it. I've asked people at Smilegate to look into the reason, but that is why she was recast. So I don't know if it's just because Smilegate doesn't want to provide protections for artificial intelligence or not, but that is why we have Ashley Edner as the voice of Flan now.
I mean, it could be money. It could be they like this new AI. It could be they're trying to branch out and do different people for different iterations. We really don't know. So don't go dropping too many assumptions or accusations. But
So is this Ashley Edner, the movie actor girl?
I think so. Yes.
I might have a funny story for Street.
Oh no!
This is the Deity After Dark story.
Oh, this shit's gonna be hilarious. I'll wait though. I gotta do some research.
Okay, because I looked into this person also because I didn't have a lot of time to research her, but from what I can gather, I think she like has a couple of roles on like the Disney Channel from when she was a kid, and she's like the sister of the guy that voiced Vaughn from Final Fantasy 12. That's kind of it.
Is she in the movie Foreign Exchange unrated?
I don't know. You'd have to look that one up. That said,
she is.
If you look at her other voice roles, there's not many of them, which leads me to believe this person probably took the role or the company contracted her to do the role, knowing that there is not knowing that there is potentially a strike going on. So like this is like a bad look, because it's like, hey, we have people that are striking, and you just come in and just go like, nah, I'm just gonna do the job anyway. It's essentially like crossing a picket line when there's a boycott. It's just one of those things you just don't do. So I don't know, again, don't have all the details, but it's a really messy situation.
Okay, well, I'm going to do some research, and I wonder if it's the same person, because this is funny.
Yeah, but like, just to not dwell on it too much, because I know this is like my nerdy hobby, because I've been going, my parents took me to these like comic cons and stuff when I was a kid, so I've gotten to know a lot of these people and talk to them through the years. If you had Luna's VA, right? Luna is part of this same, group that is striking for these protections, that's fighting for these protections. As long as that strike goes on, if we get a Christmas Luna, right, for example, Anna Graves contractually isn't going to voice Luna, which means that if Smilegate or whatever this other company decides to keep going forward with the practices without signing any of these interim agreements, that means that you would end up with a new actress as Luna. And I don't know about you guys, but like Anna Graves is Luna, right? That's the voice of Luna that I've been with for 6 years. I would not want a different voice on my Luna. That's where we're at the heart of this. So like, if you're a Pirate Captain Flan fan, right? Like, I'm not saying this is necessarily the case, but like Valky's favorite character is Pirate Captain Flan. Like, I don't know if he knows that Flan got recast, but like, hey, maybe that would upset him because he has a connection with that character.
He probably plays with either sound off or JP.
It's just a hypothetical, Danny. Entertain me here.
They have voice lines? What?
I don't know characters talk to this game.
So, yeah, like I said, I know that I have as many fans of the fact that I support this stuff as detractors.
Oh, it's cool you support it. I mean, time anyone does anything, creates something, it's always cool to see someone recognize it. Mm-hmm. So I respect that a lot. I just wanted to make a joke.
Well, guys, it is 1 a.m. here, past 1 a.m. here on the East Coast. So I do think we're going to wrap it up, unless either of you have something that you want to add to or discuss real quick before we kick out of here and get some sleepage.
Sajibiyan, I already put in a thing for the community managers to let them know to not remove stealth from SES. I specifically forwarded that to like the head guy, and from there it's out of my hands. Yeah, guys, you realize that when you're needing customer support on this game, when you're needing help and you want to affect changes at the top level, you know how like you can go into like, say, like a Target, right? You go into a Target and there's this big desk with these big words that says customer service. And you can go up there and give your complaint to those people, and they'll take your complaint and send it up the chain. Well, the three of us are like the mascots outside holding up the sign that says big sale today. Okay, so we don't really have any control over what corporate does, but we can get you in touch with the customer service. We try to keep you try to keep the communication flowing, right? We're influencers for the game. We're trying to promote it. We're trying to carry your words. We do surveys, but there's only so much that we can do. And when somebody's like, Tristen, why don't you just tell them to make free auto-equip every weekend? I was like, you think I haven't? You think I haven't said that? I've said it. I'm sure D&D said it also. We're talking to people who are in a different language, in a different country, who are thinking very differently, who are looking at numbers that we'll never see, and data that we're not privy to. So there's only so much we can do, but we do try to send your feedback in, and the more feedback you guys send in, the easier it is on us as well. So, click on this little button in the corner, click on this little cog down here, and click on this customer support button, which if I do now will kick me out of the game, and send in feedback when you have things you want to say. Be civil about it. Be civil about it, but it really does take a mandate from the masses. The more people that say they have an issue with something, when they look at the data points and they're deciding what to do with the roadmap for the next year, and they have that meeting where they get together and decide what they can fit in, what's most wanted, what are the problems people have, what are the ones people have, they'll say,
a lot of people ask for this, but not a lot of people cared about this. I mean, why do you think we don't get Guild War changes? Not a lot of people say, hey, why aren't you doing anything with Guild Wars? They're talking about other things. So if you aren't happy about something, let them know. Let them know. Be a point on that graph.
Okay, real quick. When was it last year that we got all the information? They did the big stream and lied to us for an hour about stuff that was coming. Do you remember?
Usually that's about this time of the year. Usually usually end of third, beginning of fourth quarter is when we get the roadmaps.
Do you guys remember? They said one thing was Moonlight Blessing 3 by the end of 2023.
Zero Defect City.
Yeah, and then they also said the new game mode by I think beginning of 2024. Don't have that. I'm really excited to get lied to again for a whole hour.
All right, so just things that people have been asking me, I know for sure that I can confirm that either me or someone else has already forwarded up the chain is more layers for profile card pictures, changing Elena's EE, making sure Sez gets stealth. And I'm trying to think, obviously we always say free on equip. I don't think not a week goes by where when we submit a list of things we want changed, that's not on there. Oh, coin shot rotation.
I just want a goddamn slider for selling stigma. It's just give me that. But gear loadouts, I would love gear. I know that's a popular ask. I don't know. There's just lots of quality of life stuff that I think. I mean, who asked for and wanted elemental summons to look slightly differently, but not get gear loadouts or sliders for penguins? I don't know. Sometimes it's just what they are able to do and what they're able to fit into their schedule. Anyway, guys, spam your socials in the chats. For both YouTube, go ahead and promote yourselves. If you don't do it, I will. Well,
instead of subscribing to me, subscribe to Sue. He makes go follow his guides. So I don't have
thank you. I'm Sue. IM_TSU. You can find me at youtube.com/@IM_TSU or twitch.tv/IM_TSU. Just spell it out.
All right, I am at TSU on. I'm just kidding. But so if my new player guide deity on Deity Gotcha, I think it is, on YouTube, and then Deity on Twitch. But Stu, go to him for the new stuff. So I'm gonna make 2 more videos, and then from there, the further up guides go to Stu, and then obviously Tristen. It's on Tristen's channel. You guys already know Tristen, but they'll be making the content that you'll probably be watching past the next couple episodes of the guide. So any of you that are guide watchers.
Yeah, thank you guys for the endorsement. Yeah, I do impressions videos for characters about their impact for new and veteran players. Obviously, Abyss guides is what I'm known for, and then I have a series called How to Play, where essentially I will show you with math how to build every character from scratch. So, for example, How to Play Harsetti was probably going to be coming sometime in the next week or so. So if you've pulled Harsetti, I will show you all the possible ways to build her with math.
All right, guys. It's been a blast. I need to go get some sleep. Thank you all for being here. Deity Sue, I know this went a little longer than expected. I appreciate you guys being here for it. I'm going to send everybody on over to Genazod. He is playing Wuthering Waves and is going to slide into Silent Hill later. He is a veteran Epic 7 player, so if you still have some E7 questions, I'm sure he'd be happy to answer them while he is smashing people in Wuthering Waves. I was going to say good luck with your pulls tomorrow, but don't pull anything tomorrow. Don't pull a damn thing. Complete your Galililius side story and just save up, refresh the shop, and get ready, because it's coming hard and fast. You're gonna be starved for resources. They're making sure of it. Don't give Hoochie your Sky Stones.
Hey, I'm gonna give him my Sky Stones because I still haven't pulled Harsetti. I'm 15 away.
What about Harsetti? Not a new player-friendly unit. If if Arena and RTA matter to you, pick her up. She is decent in Guild Wars on defense too, but you're pretty much only going to use her on defense. You're not actively going to use her very often. You're going to use her passively on defenses for Guild Wars and RTA, and you're going to watch her get pre-banned in RTA. Passively use her in Guild Wars and Arena. All right, guys. I will catch you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have a great rest of your evening.
Bye, chat.
Effort, it screams low effort. Chibi is such a
we good?
downgrade
Second,
from
shutting
other
things down.
types of things I